Welcome to Combox, where the game never ends, or in this case, the game never starts, or it is about to start. I'm Jarrod. I've got Robbie with me. I've got Shyam with me. There will be a cast of thousands coming through here today. And the first ball swings like a motherfucker. That was pitched outside leg stump and is missed off stump. That has more curves on it than that woman from that TV show that I've forgotten the name of. What's the one where they Mad Men? There we go. There's my first pop culture reference for the day. Robbie's on mute and doesn't realize that he is, so he'll work that out in a little while. But that was...
Who put me on mute?
We put you on mute because Trini wouldn't shut up.
Who put me on mute?
Because your daughter's so loud. Next ball swings again.
Trini is not supposed to shut up.
Yeah. This is a good swing, this. This is hard to play, Robbie. It's pitching on leg stump and just drifting away every time.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's swinging a mile.
You would hope for Vaibhav to swing the ball. If he's not swinging the ball, there's a problem there.
Yeah. It's more the angle that he's swinging it from. If he swing it this much, surely he should come around the wicket, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Keep stumps in play, yeah. Anyway, he doesn't need to because he's almost got Travis Head caught behind here with another one. Again, lovely curve. Talking about lovely curves, it's our OnlyFans model, Deepak.
Deepak!
He doesn't know he's on mute. Can we just pretend that he's not on mute and see how long before he works it out?
So, like, they have a history also, remember? The IPL final, 2024?
No one remembers that. That's why we want you on the watch-alongs.
Yeah. So, when Weber got him in the first over with that beautiful outswing.
He also likes bowling to the lefties,
did Weber
right?
get him in the final?
Yeah.
Or did Stark get him in the final?
No, Weber.
Finals, I think Weber got it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so,
he's right.
Like, Stark got Abhishek in one of the eliminators or one of the qualifiers. Oh, sorry, Head.
Your memory is better than mine.
Finally, because I clearly remember there was a beautiful outswing which started from like leg middle. And
Like, see, I know you're a front bencher. Can you try? Come into the middle of the benches at least. Can you try?
I will try my level best.
Oh, misfield. Where's Rob Barron when you need him?
Yeah.
Good bowling
know.
here.
And is that Anukul who misfielded?
Oh, I didn't see that.
That's shocking, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because
One of the best
one of the
fielders.
best fielders.
Did they say that Harshal's going to come in as the other sub?
No.
They just you don't mean they said he isn't. You just mean they haven't said he is.
No, I just mean I think the new spinner has come in for Harshal in this playing 11. Because they're batting first, right? But
He
actually,
wasn't their worst bowler in the other game, was he? First boundary anyway, as Travis Head flicks his... This is why you don't misfield the ball, kiddies. Yeah, Travis Head back on strike. He's faced a couple of extra balls, and he knocks it away off his hip for a boundary. Harshal wasn't that bad in the first game, was he?
No, I don't think it was
I
too,
think
he
by
was
the
too
time
bad.
he came in, match was almost
Yeah,
done.
match was
Yeah.
basically over.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Seems like a odd decision.
Yeah, even with Ishan Malinga also, I couldn't understand like why they waited on him such a long time. As if they
Well,
completely just forward.
after what we saw with Prashid Krishna, we now know that you have to wait forever to bring on your best bowlers.
So did you see? We actually came up with a cool thumbnail for this, like with him charging into bowl and Gill and Nehra kind of holding on to him.
I don't know if I told you guys, if I've had a chat with you. Blessing Mizurabani is going to be bowling from the other end. Two good new ball bowlers here, so they need something out of the very new ball with these guys. Well, we were on radio, right? And on radio, you don't get the TV feed, so you can't hear what they're saying. We're looking at Crick Info. I messaged the group at one stage to be like, is he alive? Like, is Prashid Krishna... We saw he was impacted in. Like, did something happen to him on the field that we missed? It was crazy. Anyway, Blessings in on the pads and flicked away out to the sweeper. Bit full.
Look at Abhishek Sharma nurdling the ball around for singles and twos.
Yeah, exactly. I think he has heard you, Robbie.
No one hears me, brother. That's a good shot, actually.
Don't be that modest now, Ro. It's a good shot. It's really a good shot.
Yeah, it'd be fascinating to see how long before he presses boom.
Yes. Yeah, last year also, Weber and Harshad, they kind of ran through the top order of SRH in Eden Gardens. But that was a different surface. It was a little tacky surface. The ball was sticking on
That
that
was a good
surface.
shot.
I mean, the ball's not sticking here at the moment, is it? we've had some pretty good timing, even on the Abhishek ones. This one from Travis Head.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure that hit the middle, but that flew away to the boundary. Is this the Finn Allen pitch?
No,
Is this the pitch
that game was
Finn
at
Allen went
Wankhede,
down?
no?
Was that
Okay,
Wankhede?
okay. You're
That was
talking
at
about Kolkata game.
Eden
Yeah,
Garden.
Yeah.
yeah. Eden Gardens, yeah. I'm not sure if it's the same place though.
I love that Travis Head's decided to be Abhishek and Abhishek's decided to be Travis Head, because it's Abhishek who's not the first couple around, and Travis Head's just like, I'm going to try and hit it. I'm going to either miss the ball or hit fours. Those are my only two options today. So another four through the offside. Well, that one was kind of over the offside, wasn't it?
Yes.
It's a couple there. Didn't get as much on that one, to be fair, but easily covered the field. So exciting start. 15 after 9 balls, plays and misses and boundaries so far, and Abhishek hasn't even checked in. He's, like when you start work, but actually what you do is you sit at your desk and look at your phone. That's basically what Abhishek started to do, which is what Deepak does on every one of our calls, Robbie.
No, I'm taking notes.
Notes, no. You're not taking notes. You're always giving notes, teacher.
Oh, slow ball here for Blessing, and they'll get a single. The first time I ever commentated with KP, he came onto the commentary stint and spent the first 4 minutes looking at his phone. And it's on radio, guys.
Boy. Jarrod, how much of a pressure Mazarbani must be facing right now, considering that you are subbed in as one of the injury replacements? Mentally, you might not be even prepared for this.
How would Jarrod know?
No, because because
I've never been under pressure before.
I can't ask this from Robbie, considering that an elite player.
That was a double whammy for both of you in its own way.
Oh, Abhishek
But
blocked
Robbie, can you associate with this kind of a thing? You have considering that you've always been that elite IPL player, so been into these kind of situations.
Bro, it'll just be Jarrod should answer the question first, because I was just joking. But Jarrod, answer and I'll tell you.
I think in Blessing's case, he's played a lot of big games at this point, right? Like he's played in the PSL and he's played a lot of World Cups and everything. I think the only difference for him is that he wasn't expecting the chance, and this is gone for 6.
Oh, 6.
Good shot. So if I'm Blessing, I'm probably trying to come into this with a found money perspective, right? I wasn't expecting to get paid this much money. I wasn't expected to be in the IPL. I hope it goes well. Whereas if you are Cameron Green, you come in with a very different thing of oh God, I hope I make some runs now, because there's even, there's so much pressure on me. So that's how I would do it. But not every player's like that, are they, Robbie? Some do feel the pressure of these sorts of things.
Yeah, they do. But that's the most ideal way to perceive it, because you want to operate from a place where you feel like you're more empowered than disempowered. So you feel like if you're called in as a reserve player, you feel you have a sense of freedom where you're like, hey, let me just go out there and express myself. I've got an opportunity here. Let me make the most of it. Let me not worry about what the outcomes will be, but let me stick to my processes and see what comes out of it, right? So I think that's one way of looking at it. For someone like Cam Green, I remember being the second highest earning IPL player in 2011, right? So back then, obviously, a lot of people ask me, do you feel the pressure of, the price and all of that? And for me, I was like, hey, did I ask for this much money? I was like, no, I didn't ask for this much money. Do I have this much money? I'm like, yes, I do.
Well,
Now,
your agent has some.
Can I look at? Can I operate from a place where this empowers me rather than disempower me? So I switched to this mindset where I said, they think I'm worth this much money, so I must be really that good. So let me go and show how good I actually am. Rather than operate from a place, oh fuck, I've got this much money. Oh, I got to really make it count now. I didn't have that. And those 3 years was one of my best performing years, because I scored 1,200 runs for Pune Warriors in 3 years, which was fairly good. I averaged 400 runs a season every year.
Excellent.
So those 3 years, sorry.
Because remember last match also when like Rohit had hit him over the extra cover region, his body language just completely dropped, and like even Rob also kind of pointed that when we were doing the watch along at that time that he's an elite bowler and he's like one of the best when it comes to the new ball, but it was like as if the pressure just got to him, which was pretty surprising. His last 3-4 balls were like 98, 97 kilometer hour slow deliveries, not able to land it well. So
Well, I think that's actually probably the bigger thing is I think Blessing is a fantastic bowler, but he does need the new ball pitch to help him a little bit. So the last pitch was for slower ball bowlers, which isn't really his strength. This pitch, I mean, I'm going to get all your runs predictions in a moment, but this pitch at the moment is the market thinks 212. Well, the market might think differently after this shot. That's a 6 over long on by Travis Head, who couldn't have given himself any more room. There's clearing your
I don't
front
agree
leg.
with this, right? It's fucking annoying, right? See, Vaibhav Suryavanshi's utility begins and ends in the first over for me. Because if he's gotten a wicket in the first over, then bring him back for the third. Because against the likes of over Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma, they're going to see him off for one over. But the second over, because he's not intimidating, if they put him away for one boundary in that first over, the ball's going to stop swinging. We saw after the third ball, the ball hasn't swung really. So he's really like, and now even this angle that he's
gone
picked,
again here, and this is just
Now this-
over deep backwards.
that's
square
another
leg head.
6.
Another 6, yeah.
that is another 6. And it's going to be another 6 because he should have been bowling this angle in the first over when the ball is swinging. Right? You want to be bowling around the wicket to Travis Head when the ball is swinging. If the ball's not swinging, bowling around the wicket for him is thank you very much for coming. Right? That ball, he swung the ball back into him when he's bowling around the wicket. Like, what are you doing? And
Yeah.
for me, that's the thing. You would never want to repeat medium pace bowlers who don't have swing anymore to come in for back-to-back overs. You have to
Maybe-
separate them.
maybe they need to have some guide like maybe Sandeep Sharma then, who can actually bowl some.
When does Sandeep
slower
Sharma
balls.
bowl, Deepak? When does Sandeep
Oh.
Sharma bowl?
Another 4
Now-
here.
yeah,
It's
now
got the
for the
wide
power
Yorker, and
Yeah,
it's
now
been
he's
squirted
not
away.
bowling in power play anymore. Sure.
Oh, wow. That is brutal couple of balls. So just get.
Yeah.
I was going to ask everyone what their projected score was. When it was 200.
How can you?
It was 212
forget
when I
this?
said it. It's now 227. Was that
Oh.
3 balls ago I said it?
Yes. And then through 3 balls, they have scored 16 runs.
I was going to say 240. I might still be too low. But the point being is, until we see the spin, we can't really make a proper prediction anyway. Because that's when they're
Yeah, so
bowling
I would
really
say wait till the power play is over before you make a end of the game's prediction. Make a power play prediction, I would say.
start. Well, how many overs of spin are they going to have to try and bowl in the power play now?
I think very soon.
Doesn't
they will
matter.
have
Power
to.
play prediction. Power
No,
play
no,
prediction,
73 for
guys.
one?
Make it quick.
Oh, he's given this as a wide as well. He thought he was
73
out of
73
one.
for 1, Robbie.
73 for 1. You just think 30
Yeah.
runs from here. Brother, what are you smoking?
I'm going with it. Yeah. Something has to give.
Deepak,
I was thinking 78 for 1, to be honest.
So 3 more overs.
78 for 1. Jared,
30, so 200, 82 for 1.
85 for no loss.
85 for no loss.
I think if they're no loss, 85 seems low.
I'm supporting KKR, by the way. Look at me. I can't make it more obvious.
As Robbie once said, they're one of
I'm
his
here for
3
my
most
team.
one of his 3 favorite teams.
Yes.
Oh, they're going up for this. I don't think he hit it.
Probably any such match that comes to mind in Eden Garden where you were on the receiving end, keeping and somebody like kind of just tonking it all over the park.
No, we generally dominated.
Yeah, because I also can't recall. That's the reason I asked you, because I thought like nothing came to my mind. Like, Shan, any such instance in your head?
I remember not in Eden Gardens actually. I remember the game where KKR made 100 against RCB in 2017, the Lin Sanity game, the Lin and Narayan partnership. I quite remember that well.
Yeah, exactly. They have done that to the oppositions for sure.
It's funny when the Lin Sanity is quite a really weird thing. So you guys know what it's taken from, right? Do you guys know where the phrase comes from?
Insanity?
No.
No. It comes from
Lin.
an NBA player called Jeremy Lin, who was like the 14th best player on the Knicks. And they got a bunch of injuries, and he went in and he averaged like 30 points a game for like 10 games. And New York changed forever on the back end of it, right?
But then
And
poor thing, lasted only a few seasons, didn't he? It was just like...
Yeah, he probably he hung around for a while. The problem is he was a great scorer,
then
but he couldn't defend. So he was. Do you know what I mean? And when he got on better teams, there were better scorers, so he didn't really fit in. He's actually back now, Robbie, doing broadcast, and apparently he's brilliant. I haven't seen anything. I've seen him on podcasts. He's really good at
Ask him to
chatting
come
about
on
it.
our live.
Do you know when he was playing for the Knicks, he was sleeping on his brother's couch when he got that chance.
Wow.
He was literally thinking he was going to have to retire. And I think he's the first NBA player from Harvard in like 30 or 40 years as well. But yeah, so when they use that name, was the Brisbane Heat basically just steal names from basketball, right? Because the other one was when Chris Lynn was playing with McCullum, they called them the Bash Brothers, which is the Splash Brothers, of course, which is also from, I think there's an NFL version of that as well. But the point being is, when they did it with Chris Lynn, I was like, oh, well, he's going to last longer than Jeremy Lin. I'm not sure he ultimately did last longer than Jeremy Lin. He had a pretty short-lived peak, Chris Lynn, didn't he?
Yes. Couple of seasons for KKR, and then he went to Mumbai, right?
Yeah. He had the biggest hole in his swing of any cricketer I've ever seen. And that's a baseball phrase, not a cricket phrase. But where, like, everyone I talked to in cricket was like, if you just bowl at his back hip, he just doesn't have a shot for that because he's so set up. But if you got the ball in the wrong spot, it was going to go. Talking about going, Sunil Narayan is on, and this is going to be dropped and almost broken a rib, is it, Rahane, there? He's fumbled the catch and then
This
rolled
should
on
have
top of
been
it.
taken. Considering the match situation, this should have been taken.
Well, I did say they might bring the spinners on. That was my only concern with my 82 prediction.
Deepak, you don't really care. You just want to be right in your prediction. That's all.
We could say that about almost anything in our lives.
See, the thing is that ball clearly kept going away from Ajinkya because he's a top fielder, right? And you can see as the ball came down, it started leaning away from him, but he didn't cover for that. And often, that's the thing about catching the outside edge, outside half of the bat. It hits the outside half of the bat, and he's bowled an off spinner. So as the ball's going away from you, the ball keeps turning away from you, and so as the ball comes down, it leans further away. There was a question there. Somebody said hi to me and they wanted to ask something and I missed that. Like,
we've got a bunch. We'll bring them up. We'll bring them up in a. Oh yeah, you want to know about
Ajit,
Rohit Sharma?
how are you, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Hope all is good with you. It was great to be in a partnership with him, man. We was at the same ground at the Eden Gardens. It was an absolute delight to watch him and feed him strike and see him smash the ball. He was also coming back from an injury, so it was a great thing. It was a great innings.
We've talked about this a lot. That Robbie's best cricket was generally at the non-strikers end.
Yeah, it's what happens when you play for the team, Jarrod.
Yeah, exactly.
Generally.
It's just pure sacrifice.
To be honest, like how much Sachin would have scored in that 200 not out had it been Robbie on the other end.
Oh, imagine. He would have scored 300. Could you imagine how much quicker Sachin would have got his 100 hundreds if he only ever batted with Robbie?
Exactly.
I swear.
Explain the reason behind the drop to Rob
Behind
Barron.
the drop to Rob Barron.
Rob Barron doesn't want to hear
I was
reason.
filling him for him. Filling him for him.
He just wants the catch to be taken every single time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I lost all
such
hope
bitches
when
about catching, right?
you guys remember when there was a Phil Salt catch against Sri Lanka where he ran like I think 24 meters or something and he was counting that as a drop. I was like, dude, with Rob Barron you cannot
Varun
win.
Chakravarti's on, guys.
Yeah.
Varun
go.
Chakravarti's on.
I don't think this is a bad move. They were
I'm
going
very
to go with
interested over the
Blessing.
next 2 overs.
And that's it.
There. Come ball, bye ball.
Okay.
Go.
Well, that's one. So me and Robbie have been talking
How many
about
runs went to the Sunil Narayan over? The previous over?
three
Three.
and a drop catch.
3 runs of the previous over.
Yeah. Okay,
So
Robbie.
he's
Too
clearly
full?
bowling the top spinner. Obviously, he's waiting. No, yeah, as in obviously slightly fuller.
Yeah, but
Maybe
it's not
20
massively.
centimeters fuller than normal.
not a long
yeah,
hop.
It's 20 centimeters fuller. Yeah.
Yeah. You see what I mean? There's not This is why it's tough with spinners to work out if they've lost their length or not, because the margins are much smaller.
That's smaller. Yes.
But that did feel
And
step
especially
hit.
against Abhishek.
Yeah, and
There's-
Abhishek's going. So Abhishek's
Yeah.
15 off 8 now, and that's short, but he's got away with that one. That's the quicker one, isn't it? What speed was that? Did anyone see it?
Yeah, I can see it. 1 second.
I also worry a little
this
bit
is-
when he starts to bowl the medium pace ball too early,
Yes.
Yeah. After
because
being
that is a very much get out of the over ball for him, isn't it?
106.2, Jarrod.
Oof. This is short,
Even
and this
this
is
one
6
also.
again. So we
Again,
talked
the
about his
same-
length.
same
See,
thing.
this is overcompensation.
Overcompensation. Yes. And also the speed.
What is the previous
kind of
ball, guys?
leading.
What is the dot ball? Where did he pitch that ball, Jar?
It was shortish, but it was 106 kilometers, so it cramped up
Yeah.
Abhishek.
And this was 108.8.
This one,
And also, after the
Yeah.
World Cup, I think Abhishek is just avoiding those chip shots. 'Cause he got caught on the leg side so much. So he's just clearing himself and trying to hit more down the ground. Like, at least in the initial part of his innings, he prefers to play more in the V.
Like
The
that
time he's
Zimbabwe
little
innings,
more-
right?
Yeah, exactly. Just like that Zimbabwe innings.
yeah, we need to talk to Jimenez and just have a good look at this. But I mean, there's no doubt about that one. That's just way too short. And also, he's trying to get out of that, Robbie. That's the quicker ball, and he just hasn't gotten out of it at all, right?
It's reactive bowling. It's
Yeah.
not proactive, confident, wicket taking bowling. It's a mindset shift, right?
6.6. What's he going to bowl now? Because he's tried the two quicker ones. He's tried cramping him up from around the wicket. He floats with this one outside the off stump, and it's smashed over cover for another boundary.
Yes. And that's
Just a 4, though,
again-
so we'll take that as a win.
But I
And the
think
thing
again,
is, he's
overcompensating-
bowling too quick to even bowl a slow googly, right? He won't reduce the pace. He will keep his pace up right now. What's the pace of that delivery, Deepak? Because you will see him bowling
106-ish.
quicker and quicker right now. Yeah,
106
so
again.
you'll see him
106.
bowling quicker and quicker.
He's quicker
Yeah,
than
it's too
Suraf
quick, man.
Ganguly.
Yeah, you need to bowl slower through the air. Bowl a googly that turns away from the batter. Kind of trying to incite an outside edge, so to speak.
And we saw that in Narayan over also. That's not a complete.
Here he comes
road.
again.
Like,
This
it
is the wide now. Now he doesn't want to bowl anywhere near him.
And he's getting some grip from the surface also. Look, that ball turned a little. So that means it's not like a road. You can actually get some purchase
That,
out of the surface.
do you know what that was? That was the slower wrongin. It was just
Yes.
a wide.
Yeah. Yeah, 95.7 that.
Yeah. Here he comes in again. What is this going to be? Abhishek moves over, and he's cut him through the smallest gap on the field for another 4. It was a poor ball. Beautiful timing and beautiful placement, though.
Confidence.
Yeah,
is such
didn't
a
try to
big
overhit
thing.
it. Just good cricket. Came inside the line because he was trying to force him to bowl. Maybe trying to forcing him to bowl even wider outside the off stump so he could get access to that side. He does prefer the offside, doesn't he?
He has a very good offside game, I will say that. Like, a lot of people
he
say
didn't
this
try to
thing, right, where
overhit this.
Abhishek is the slogger, but how can anyone be a slogger when you're so good on the offside? It never made sense to me.
Yes. Exactly. And he's a
Another
top
boundary.
hitter.
Another one, and again on the offside, everyone. This is nasty. This is getting
This is a
really,
pretty
really
poor
bad.
order, to be honest.
33
Jarrod,
off 13.
I have a
Abhishek.
question for you.
Go.
Do you want to guess Abhishek Sharma's true strike rate versus spin last season?
True strike rate.
Yeah, just give it a guess.
versus spin. Plus
Yeah.
65.
119. Plus 119.
Oh my god.
120
he's
of 45
scoring
balls
1.2 runs more than expected per ball.
per ball. Exactly.
Per ball.
Him and Puran, they were just unbelievable last year against
Insane
spin.
yes.
Wow. Anyway, that over's
Only problem
finished.
was
What were your two suggestions, gents?
mine was 78 for one,
No, you're still in the game. You're still in.
and Shayan was 73.
73 for 1.
Robbie was.
Tiagi's coming
80.
on.
Tyagi is on.
Come on,
And they've
Tyagi.
I think par in this over is 16. And the first one's 4.
Yeah.
I think
So,
if he
Shan,
goes
you
for
are
less
out.
than 16 in this over, he's thinking, I've come out of this alive.
Robbie, what do you think about Karthik Tyagi's action? He's clearly remodeled it, right?
I like it. Looks easier on his body.
Yes.
I think his lines also became better. Like I was seeing the last game and some of the practice sessions. There's this one clip, and he was bowling a lot more outside off. I think earlier his lines used to be a bit erratic, I think. But yeah, he's
Yeah.
very talented, I think. I always go back to that Punjab game in 2020. He
But
won that out of
unfortunately, he doesn't have swing going for him, Shayan, which is, he doesn't try to swing the ball. He tries to bowl the ball quick. Like even Bretley,
Yeah.
right? Initially, he was quick, but after a point, he tried to swing the new ball, which worked in his favor with that pace. At 145 clicks, you get the ball to even move a little bit. No, it goes a long way. Same problem with the likes of, say, Umran Malik, right? Umran also, if he swings the ball just a little bit, whether it's in or out, he'll become a whole other animal altogether.
So
A
this
lot
was
like Varun Aaron.
149.
Varun had this ability to swing the ball a bit. That's why he ended up playing
This is
Test cricket.
This is 149.
And he also had nice
Cracking up
feet.
some pace.
Who had no
I
speed?
think Varun Aaron, he's got nice feet.
He's got nice.
I'm pretty sure there's a podcast now which is called Fast Bowling Nice
Pacers
feet
with pretty feet. It's a
Pacers
Substack.
with pretty feet. This is 6.
Oh,
Another one
he's
here.
Completely
Absolutely.
dismissed this.
Yeah, launches this one over the offside. Yeah, Pacers with pretty feet. I haven't listened to it yet, so but the
It's not a
guys
podcast,
reached out.
Jared. It's just a blog, I think. Yeah,
Oh, is
Substack.
it? I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
know
don't
they
think it's a
reached out to
podcast,
let
yeah.
me know, and I
Yeah,
sent
yeah,
it to
yeah.
Varun as well.
Whoa, look at him showing that slower
Yeah,
ball to
I-
him in his jump.
Yes.
Fuck's sake. Why would you do that? Travis Head will be all over you. He's showing that slower ball to him in his jump.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All I need here
it's
is
too
a
early.
bunch of dot balls, and I can win this and a wicket. Deepak,
Jared is
Deepak's
still win
gone.
by default.
Shoyard's
I'm
gone.
gone.
Dot ball. Yes, get in. Can I get
Bro,
2
you
more?
have 3 balls to go.
Hey, I'm gonna wait. This is Tyagi. He's getting ready to bowl the 3 greatest balls of his life.
Yeah.
Just warming up. Just warming up.
You're not winning anything for this fucker. You're just making calls.
I just wanna beat you.
145.8.
That's all.
That fourth ball, third ball.
You need to beat me. The front benches have lost this, clearly.
You're too
And
conservative.
I said 16 runs off this over was par. He's got for 11 off 3 so far. What can he do off the last few? This one is hit up in the air. One hand comes
So
off the
he's-
bat. It should be caught.
out. It could be
is
out.
Caught.
Oh,
So
Tyagi
Jared
gets
is
the
still
wiggle.
You're
in
right.
the game.
1 for 82.
So Jared is
Still
still in the game. There's a very good, like the new batter coming in. There's a very high chance of him
Just
blocking
block him.
the ball. So
Just don't let Abhishek come back on strike, please.
Oh, finally. Finally a wicket.
that slower ball killed my chances. Good.
Yeah. Cleared his front leg, but he
finally.
got a bit too far away from the ball there, Robbie, and ends up off
Shine,
the
how
toe, I
quick was
reckon.
his ball, Shine? Yeah. He should have looked to hit that
142.2.
offside. So quick short
Yeah.
ball outside the off stump. Instead
Yeah.
of going on the offside, he tried to go on the leg side. Obviously led to his dismissal.
Sorry, I missed that, Shine. Did you say 142?
Yeah, 142.2.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just a bit far away from it, isn't he, in the end?
Yeah.
He looks like
21
he's slimmed down a
46.
little bit, Trav, or is the orange a nice look on him?
I think, to me, or to be honest, he looked a lot fitter. So, how would you rate that innings from Travis Head?
He's done
That
his
was
job,
really
hasn't he?
good.
Got to be
Great
happy with
one.
that. I thought Robbie was having a sleep then.
Like what he did in 2024,
select.
like
Select.
that attack, the attacker and
He's so cute.
the anchor role. Is it even possible to repeat such a thing again?
It's hard, isn't it?
It's impossible.
I think he
Really
made
impossible.
500 runs at like 2 runs a ball in
Yeah,
that season.
exactly.
That is just
Exactly.
crazy.
Exactly. That was
Is that the greatest
insane, to
batting
be honest.
season ever?
It has to be right up there.
I think it has.
It's a
Ishan
bit hard to work it
Kishan.
out.
Ah,
Oh yeah. Oh no.
you were worried about dot ball. There might be 1 dot ball.
Yeah.
2, maybe not.
I actually forgot he was batting at number 3. That is fair.
Rakshit,
No,
just
no.
keep
I also
putting
kind of
the
forgot
super
that.
chats on, bro.
Same.
I'm
Like,
bring him
don't-
up. I'm just waiting for the end of the power play. We've got a thing going
No,
on.
man. Keep bringing it.
You keep bringing it.
Otherwise,
You
we'll have
press
to
the
keep
button
listening.
then.
Deepak ask
You
questions.
Dot ball, run out. A single. Damn it. Oh,
So Robbie's already out of this, right? He was saying 85 for no loss.
Fucker,
Yeah,
if
but
they
he's-
score 4 more runs, I'm on.
I think if he gets it, if it goes over 87, I think he's back in it. I think that would be a tie at that point, wouldn't it? Because I got the wicket,
Yeah.
but he's closer on runs. Who's this?
Thoughts on Vettori's run as a coach for both? For so far, his coaching stints are similar. RCB and SRH both batting heavy, barely any bowlers. Yeah, for a bowler who's a coach, it's surprising he's gone so batting heavy. Eh?
Do you want to know who else he's coached? He coached the
go.
Brisbane Heat, and they had no bowlers either. The Brisbane Heat for a while were the fastest scoring team in the world under Dan Vettori. So he clearly believes in it. What was that ended up? 84 for one after 6. I think I take that, Robbie. I think I'm going to have to take that, buddy. Good try, though.
So, wickets wise, you were there. Runs wise, I'm closer.
No, I'm closer. I was 82.
How?
You were
yeah,
87.
so 82 and 84, that's a 2-run
He was
difference. I
85.
said
You
85.
said 87. Did he?
He said 85.
85.
Oh,
buddy.
okay. No, I still get that. Surely, with the extra
That's the
wicket.
teddy bear with the photographic memory there.
Yeah.
So he won't miss numbers.
I just missed it by
On that
1-6.
note, guys. On that note, ciao. Let me go
you,
and
Robbie.
access some funds here.
Play some paddle is what he really means, everyone. And then access the fund. So the Vittori thing, I think,
Man's
is quite
gotta hustle.
interesting. Because, Nico.
Shine, have fun, buddy.
Also, remember this time to actually log out and not start to tell us all your secret messages to your friends. Live
I
on
am out of the feed right now. I have closed the feed.
We
I'm
can
out of the
see
feed.
you.
If you can
We
still
can
hear me,
see
this is
you.
not my fault.
Yeah, so I was obviously going to work for RCB. I did a little bit of consultancy, but I was going to work for them next year with Victoria. I think it would have been really fascinating. But yeah, I do think he believes in runs more than wickets at a massive level, and I'm not
I
sure
thought you
that
actually
works.
worked with them, right? I had this impression that you actually worked with RCB.
No, I
He
did,
has.
but I didn't work with them during the season. So I was working with them during the IPL auction of 2018 or whatever that was. No, they'd
Also,
offered me a
Jarrod,
job.
There is a 100 season as well, right? Where Vettori coaches. I don't quite think I followed that, but is there a similar pattern there too?
Was that, who did he? I was
More
trying to think
batting
who he
heavy.
coached in the 100.
Manchester, did
I-
he coach Manchester?
Can't remember.
Can't quite remember.
Yeah, we might need someone to
Victoria.
remind us in the comment.
Because I remember,
But it's a trend
couple of
worth looking into for
players
sure.
whom he had seen and rated pretty highly. No, that was no, that was
Oh, another
Andy Flower. That was Andy Flower. So
a big hit here from Abhishek, which is almost stopped out on the boundary, but Narayan goes for his first boundary, so he'd gone for 2 singles after the power play and then a 4. Yeah, so I spent a bit of time chatting to him, but it was mostly about recruitment. It wasn't really about strategy or anything else. But the job they offered me, which I would have started the next year if they hadn't all got fired, was going to be opposition scout. So my job was going to be flying around to whichever game they were playing, whichever teams they were playing next, and literally watching them train, getting information, and then watching them play in the games and feeding back the information to the analyst team as well.
Is that a thing in American sports?
Yeah, it's big. It's big. It's a big thing in Australian rules and rugby as well. But for whatever reason, it's never been a position in cricket. As this one is hoiked up in the air, it's very high. It's high and it's long, and that goes for 6. Abhishek goes, that ball behaved a bit weirdly. He's just hit it for 6.
yes. That didn't come onto the bat that nicely, right? It was a little sticky.
Yeah. Gaji G
Yes.
says, did you guys talk about Tushara filing a case against the Sri Lankan Cricket Board? No. I have covered this a lot before in my career about the fact that it is a restraint of trade, the NOCs, and I don't think they're legal and they shouldn't live to it. The reason that people don't usually sue is because once you sue a cricket board, you're kind of done. And like you're not going back to play international cricket. Maybe in his case, he thinks it's about time, but the NOCs are completely, I've talked a lot to the lawyers who work for the Cricket Association, the union, players union, and they hate them so much. It's a complete ridiculous thing. And so
Jarrod, wasn't there
yeah.
something on Tabraiz Shamsi as well? Like he also had, I think, some sort of a legal thing against something related to the NOCs, if I'm not wrong.
It's happened quite a bit, right? You know, the Pakistani players a while back, I think
Yeah,
it
that's
happened
the
to,
biggest one.
I think Sikandar Raza might have had one with Zimbabwe at one stage.
Yes.
And also, this is the thing. If these cricket boards were really professional and you could go and have a conversation with them, right? I'm sure that would work better. But let's be honest, the Sri Lankan cricket board, it's lucky that their team turns up on time, right? Like, they're so badly run. So who are you talking to anyway? It's probably someone who's just a politician, right?
Yeah.
And there was a news that during that Sri Lanka-Pakistan match, players were almost about to boycott that match because there was some like salary issues or something of that sort. And that's the reason why Sana Jayasuriya kind of resigned after that match.
Well, wasn't it, weren't they a year behind on their salaries in Sri Lanka at least once? I mean, to be fair, weren't the Indian men a mile behind on their payments for a while? And I think the Indian women might have been as well. It's
Domestic
it really,
cricket for sure.
It's
Yeah.
really bad. It's
Domestic
right
cricket for
across
sure,
cricket.
Definitely for sure.
Yeah.
So let me tell you the story about we got a break here. The score is I've lost the score, but there is a score and it exists. They're going at 14 runs and over 98.
It's 98
for
for
one
one.
after 7. When I worked for the Big Bash, so I'm a journalist and I'm very well known as a journalist, and Melbourne Stars hire me. So I was basically hired by Trent Woodhill and Stephen Fleming, and then the idea was that I would work with Woodhill and then I would go to RCB, right? So Trent really wanted to work with me. I got the job. I started working for the Melbourne Stars, and I've been working with them for about a month before they gave me a contract to sign, right? So not only had I not been paid, I didn't have a contract. Now, guys, I'm a journalist. Why on earth would Cricket Australia, and that's who's ultimately paying me, why would Cricket Australia want me to work behind the scenes for a month with no contract? So that's one of the better run boards, right?
Yes.
You know, and these sorts of things happen over and over again. Everywhere I've ever worked in cricket, there's always been some sort of issue with a contract or pay. And I'm still owed money by some of these people.
Makes a lot of sense. Still?
Yeah. I'll never get paid.
Still?
Yeah. Edinburgh Rocks and St. Lucia, what are they called now? The Kings? St. Lucia Kings?
Solution Kings, yes.
Yeah.
Kings, I think.
Yeah, I'll never get those payments. They're gone. Utopia says, Robbie's best cricket was in purple, but yeah, this is honestly my favorite combo in media. When Kimber started, I was so ecstatic. Thank you, Utopia. We will get back to that. The problem is at the moment, Deepak's got us doing about 4 meetings a day to try and get funding for our business. So those, as Cheyenne will know, can't even do podcasts anymore. Poor Cheyenne and Varun have been trying to do podcasts with me and getting screwed over all times.
Yeah. Varun has a conspiracy theory too, Jarrod, if you know.
Varun?
What?
Yeah.
What is that?
That you're
That Deepak
secretly a
doesn't
Dhoni
like
stan. No, that you're secretly a Dhoni stan and you don't want Varun slagging him off.
I thought Varun was the big Dhoni guy, though.
He is, but he has now become this more intent-filled guy, right? So he's like breaking down his childhood hero and everything.
I love that. Tiagi is going to come on for another over here. So Kishan's on 2 off 2, and Abhishek's 47 off 19 after starting slow, guys. Civi says, if you guys get a free pass to pick any team in the IPL and be part of as a player, coach, support staff, social media guy, whatever, which team will you pick?
Good question. Chan, you?
I think if you're looking at how professional teams are and what's the sort of setup around most of these teams, I think Mumbai have obviously historically been a good one. Of late, I would say RCB too, with Andy Flower and Mobabat and all of these guys. Like, it's become a lot more professionally run. Probably RR with the new owners. It could be an interesting one, and they also seem to be this team that are interested in data analytics and stuff. They have their own course, right? So I would say these 3 teams are quite interesting off the top of my head.
I like RCB. I also like CSK, just from the point of being that it seems if you get a job with CSK, you have it for life.
Yeah.
So
That's
you know,
the benefit.
Fleming.
as a man who's never actually had a normal job in cricket, it would be nice to know that I would just be retire with CSK.
Yes. So me, it has to be CSK and RCB, same.
Uh,
Third would be then Mumbai, but like CSK just because of the professionalism that they have, like from bottom to top, like every.
What was the second one you
level.
said?
RCB. Just because now we know that the
recent
ownership-
RCB, right? Like
Yeah,
no one's
recent
saying that
RCB.
3 years ago, are they?
No.
Oh my
I would
God.
say
I haven't
since
even released
Hessen-
all my stories about how nuts they were back in those days.
Jarrod, I would say since Hessen, they started getting a lot more professional and, more
Yes.
in line with things. But Flower comes and, really gets it on. Like,
I think it
properly.
was obviously, we'll give credit to DK and to Mo and to Flower and these guys.
Freddie.
Freddie. But 2 boundaries in a row here. Kishan's the field is out, but Tiagi has bowled a short one that's pulled away. into the gap, and then he's bowled a wide Yorker that slashed away. He's having a horror game here. He's got the wicket, but he's gone for a lot of runs as well early on.
He's
No,
going
I
fast
would
too.
say that I would say whoever made the decision to hire all those guys, right?
Yeah,
Like
true.
we have to be honest as well. Like they were making every decision RCB had made with management up until that point, even when they'd appointed good people, had been shithouse, right? So very different. Finally, we got a good comment, Cheyenne. If you could read this one out.
Singer 14 says Deepak would want Mumbai Indians because he would want to get closure for not getting into IIT Bombay.
And that was to be honest, clearly remember 7th of July 2004 when we got our final admission, like which campus we're going to.
Yeah.
And my parents were so pissed off. They were like, we had
All
planned
of
for
that
the-
money, all of that time.
No, because they just thought that I would not react sanely to it, but like they were pretty surprised to know that I'm pretty decently satisfied with
Deepak
it.
bhai, what are you saying?
3
Yeah,
fours in a row now.
because-
Ishan launches this one just over mid-off for another boundary.
Yeah.
92 miles an hour, one of those boundaries
Exactly.
was, by the way.
Even the one before that was 146, I think. 146, 147. He's bowling very fast.
Yes, he's bowling pretty fast.
And we can see that Kishan has hit 2 good shots on the offside as well, Jarrod. So we were
why
talking
is
about that
he
in the
picking
piece.
the ball up? I hate when they do this. Just don't pick the ball up.
Yeah,
Let the
I
fielders
know.
come and get it. It's right next to the stumps. If I'm a
Exactly,
fielder,
exactly.
I'm just like, I'm appealing for that. I'm sorry. The ball's next to the
Yeah,
stumps. Why are you picking
for
it up?
sure. Jarrod, I've actually seen Virat also do this quite a bit. Like he also has this habit where he just handles it and then just gives it back to the guys. But I think it can get you into trouble in a big game or something.
I just don't understand why you need to do it. Like what?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Just leave
the,
it. Yeah.
The keeper was there. He didn't even. All he does is stop the keeper from bending over.
Yeah.
So, Jarrod, like
Who-
what time is it? Like it's 8:15 India time, so you can understand. Like for me, I've shared what exactly happens for me around 8 p.m.
Oh, is this when you're
Is it
supposed to be doing your physical fitness?
Oh.
It's not that it's waiting for me.
Why? Okay, can we aim the camera at your physical fitness session and me and Cheyenne will just talk?
No way.
How long is it, Deepak bhai?
Can I
Like,
just say
45 minutes.
your instructor has the best gig in the world. He just turns up at your house, knows that you're busy, and then leaves. And yeah.
No, my kids end up doing it. Today they both are not at home, so
Oh, even better.
yeah.
Um,
Abhi,
Asha says there are complaints across sports about lack of tactical diversity. Set pieces in football, 3-pointer
So we
basketball,
can
200 plus
say
totals
hi,
in
hi,
T20.
hi to my instructor, maybe. Like, hello, sir.
I can't see him.
Yeah.
Come closer. This.
He's
I
not
can
in
see
the
an
team.
arm.
Yeah.
So, like, no. Just say hi, sir. Because
He's shy. Hello.
Hey, now he's earned his money, so he's fine today.
But like, I that's an evidence that I end up doing some exercise, but just not. I put in my
Deepak,
effort.
you don't have to prove it. We believe you.
They always
200,
kind of
200 plus
roast
totals in
me for it.
T20 because teams using meta. How is then fan engagement ensured in the future? So there's a couple of things on this, right? Of like, we had 200 plus games, and since then we haven't had 200 plus games, have we?
Exactly.
Right? So there seems to be a lot of people not noticing that as well. 3-point set pieces in football, 3-point in basketball, and 200 plus. Like, I'm willing to say all those are there. Teams have worked out how to win. Can I ask you a question? Oh, this is hit to deep cover and it's out. Ishan is caught.
Whoa.
So Blessing has gone back of a length. Ishan's tried to force this over cover off the back foot for 6, which would have been an extraordinary shot. And instead,
Yeah.
he is out.
Good
caught.
catch too.
111
catch.
for 2 after 8.2 overs, and Ishan goes for 14 off 9. So a
Rinku
sedate
was, right?
one for him there.
Yeah. Rinku's a good fielder as well in the outfield, I think. And that ball was 129.3. So not as quick as obviously as Karthik Tyagi was bowling just at the moment, but yeah. Even for Muzarbani, I would say it's a bit slow, isn't it? Not a slower ball, but a
And
bit slow.
It should do some good. I think some boost to his confidence also because he needed that. I think like in the last match also, I think I somehow didn't like his body language that much, Mr. Bani. But today, I think this particular wicket should change it for him.
Yeah. I think this, yeah. Anyway, he's always an excitable man when he gets a wicket, to be fair. So what this person is saying is that what analytics is doing is making sport being played much more similar. But that's not actually, I don't think that's 100% true. And I'll tell you why. Denver Nuggets won the championship in the NBA, and they have a 7-foot point guard who the whole court revolves around, right? No other team in the NBA plays like that. The next championship was won by Boston, who just toss in three-pointers all the time. And the following championship was won by OKC, who's one of the greatest defensive teams that has ever lived. So even though there are more three-pointers being going, the three teams that have won the championships are completely different. Last year, who were the four teams who made the playoffs?
RCB, Punjab, Mumbai, and Gujarat.
Okay, Gujarat don't hit sixes,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Exactly. They are a team of fours.
Right? RCB won basically by somehow adjusting an incredible bowling attack together.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right?
Their batting was
And that too
good,
winning-
but they were not like absolutely gun where they're going sixes all the way. It was their bowling that was keeping them in games, and then the batting doing the job.
away
And
matches,
Punjab
most of the time
slog
they
at
were
the top
chasing
and then have a good
170s.
bowling attack, right? Like, so
Yeah.
they're, you see what I mean? So when people say everything's the same, I'm like, well, what? Then you're not paying enough attention, right? At that
correct.
point. And that's fine. Like, I'm not saying every fan will, but that's all you're really saying at that point, because I don't see the monoculture of how these teams are playing at all. I actually see that there is always a lot of difference between how each side plays, and I think that's
I mean,
a very
Jarrod, just take
important thing to say.
2022 Gujarat, right? Nobody gave them a chance of winning the IPL, and in a 10-team league. They just
Yeah.
won the IPL. They had their own style. Nobody was even close to their style.
If you want to read this one out, Deepak.
Thanks, Jarrod. Some of us was trying to forget our IITs. You never
Same.
get a chance to remind us. those
Guys,
things,
as I've said,
Same,
I
exactly.
sit here with the 134th most impressive man in India, Deepak Goyal, and I didn't finish high school.
Well,
Look at
to
him.
be honest, like,
All of
till my high
his,
school,
where
I
did
was
all of
also-
his nerd history go? I was just watching random films and playing cricket and nets with my mates. Another wicket.
Oh, another catch.
Yep, short ball again,
Varun
slow ball I
for
think
all.
there too. And this might be class and gone. They're just going to wait on it. It was
No,
close to the
Abhishek.
boundary, but and
It
close
was
to the
Abhishek.
ground. Oh, it was Abhishek. Sorry, you're right. It was Abhishek.
Abhishek, yeah.
But it looked good to me live, guys.
102.2, Jarrod, that ball.
Yeah, definite slow
Yes.
ball. Let's have a look here. Back of a length, doesn't really get up. Oh, it is going to be close to the ground, but I think that's out, isn't it, guys?
Yes, and you don't see that.
I'm just having a look.
From, like, to be honest, like, considering the fact that Varun is such a dicey fielder, I think this is one hell of a catch. Oh,
Is it a catch? Oh God, it looks close to the ground. I'm going to say he probably caught that, but I'm not sure you can give it out. We're going to have to see that about 48,000 more times. Nitin Menon is the third umpire, though, here, so he cannot make a mistake. I think the side-on one shows it goes straight into his hand.
yeah.
Oh, they're going to give it
Feels like-
quickly.
Yeah.
No, they're
It
not
feels
gonna
like it's out. Is it not?
Oh,
Yeah, I also
Nitin
think
Menon. Look at Nitin Menon getting all the good angles. Like no other third umpire would even ask for these angles. Look at this one. This looks like cockroach cram. You can't. It's not even in focus, and he's asked for it. What a genius!
So it's in the hands of the umpire to basically ask for certain angles.
You have to. You just keep asking. If the more you know, the more you can get out of them. This is why it should be a specialist position, because you need to know what you're asking for. Look. What do you guys think?
I think it's out.
I think it's out. Yes.
Yeah, I think he's caught it. I'm not sure every umpire in the world will give this out.
I can see that. Yeah.
Also,
Who's
we're on
this
the
one?
fourth angle, guys, which means he's not sure at all.
He's not sure. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
This side-on one, for me, makes it look not out. The one from behind makes it look slightly more like it hits the ground. Side-on makes it look like it goes into the hands. I would trust the side-on in this. Only from, you've got to make a choice eventually, which one you like. And
Who
it
do you
is
give the
going-
benefit of the doubt in this case, though? Like on
Outs.
what basis?
No benefit of the doubt.
No
It's either
benefit of the doubt.
It's in or out. This is a binary sport.
I clearly remember,
Exactly.
remember there was like when Virat scored that beautiful 100 in Perth in 2018. Even his
Slips.
catch was little
Peter
debatable at that
Hanscom.
time. Yes, and at that time, I remember Michael Clark said that with such casters, because of the momentum of the ball, it's so difficult. It's bound to happen that ball, like some part of the ball, would touch the grass. It's
Yeah.
just because of the momentum. But he was of the opinion that you just have to give these things out. So I'm still a little
I
confused
think
about
most
it.
of them are caught, right? But because of the camera angles we have, it is very, very hard to prove that because of the slope of the ground and because we don't have. Look at what we have here. We have one camera angle from behind his butt on the right hand side, which is not a good angle. We had another one where he was out of focus, and we were trying to tell, right? We had another one that was side on, but it was moving. Right, so it's not like you have 5 cameras aimed at the catch and then you have the best angle. What you really have is you're hoping you have 2 or 3 angles that at least give you some information, right? And so when you look at the curvature of the ground, the foreshortening of the cameras and all this, I think most of them are probably out. But I also think you have to be fair and go, the information is not there to be able to give that decision sometimes. I don't know what percentage of the time that is given out compared to not out, but it's not 100% of the time that's given out.
And you remember, like we discussed this at length with your friend in Dubai,
Paul.
this particular Paul.
Yeah.
Because
Umpire?
I kind of took him back to that 1996 catch by Jonty Rhodes of
You
Sachin
did,
Tendulkar. Yeah. When I said like this has been with me for 30 years now, always wanted to know like how was that not out or out, and he had a very specific answer to it. He said it was not out because he said like when you're catching it like this and you're kind of grasping it, has to be counted as not out. So there's a grey area, still
So
a grey
Paul
area
is
when it comes.
it's Paul McMahon, who is the former ICC lawyer and a former professional cricketer himself, he's on the ICC panel and he's on the MCC panel, isn't he?
Yes.
He
So
seems
he's
like
the
a
one who
familiar
basically
name.
decides all these laws.
Yeah, very good.
So
for
all
a
these
lawyer.
laws actually go through him. So he was also on the panel which actually did all the, I would say, investigation of that match fixing scandal of 2010.
He's been involved in lots of things. Yeah,
Yes.
I remember we were in Mahali together. It must have been during the 2016 World Cup.
Oh.
And like I don't know why, but we were like, there was me, him, and a friend of ours called Phil, who's a professional scorer and statistician as well in cricket. And like we were the last 3 in the pub, and the whole pub was empty, right? And we were sitting there using bar stools to reenact like different laws and how we thought the law was written incorrectly. And we did for hours. Anyway,
I clearly remember like this guy. He was, in this. I think he played in the same county team as Swan, right? And was
Swan
the
and
under
Patel.
90.
yeah,
Swan Patel, and was the under 19 captain for England also.
not at a
I
World
know.
Cup. I think he was. I think he went to a World Cup and then was captain after the World Cup. I think.
And he's like 42 years old, right? And the detail up to which he went on to kind of explain the nuances of off spin were brilliant. We had a good 1 hour discussion on it, like everything, the mindset of the batter, like how he would bowl to different batters. I asked him because he had bowled to Sachin also in one of the nets during 2002 England series, and he was sharing a lot of insights about all his experiences of bowling to the top batters. And because considering that the guy has a law degree from Oxford, so the way he was able to structure the whole discussion was just amazing. Like one
Enough
of the
nice
best.
things about Paul McMahon. Can we stop talking about Paul McMahon?
Yes.
No. He is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, he was Oxford captain. Can I tell you the best thing about Paul McMahon? Actually, I wonder if he wants this out there. There was a particular player who was famous for like cheating his age, and it's a whole scandal in English cricket. And when Paul played against him in college cricket, he realized that this guy was no longer available to play college cricket. But Paul was like, he's not very good, so let's just let him play. I'm not going to say who the player is. Paul will probably have a go at me for that one. That's one of my favorite stories of him. Whereas, like, he worked out that this guy shouldn't have been playing and then was like, worked out it was better to actually allow him to play.
Was he like Ashwin before Ashwin? In a
Different
sense.
kind of guy to Ashwin. He's a bit more, I don't know. You have to meet him, Cheyenne, one day. You and Paul McMahon in a room would be fascinating.
Amazing, seriously. They will go on for hours.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
they would go on for hours. I can pretty much imagine.
Do you guys think I'll get along with an off spinner? To be fair, I get along with Prathib.
That's a good one, to be honest.
Yeah. We should get Prathib onto with him then. He is the main man for off spin, right?
Jumpsuit said, would removing the foreigner cap in the IPL make it more competitive or bring in average foreigners to the league? It would make it more well, I don't know if it would make it more competitive. It would make it a higher level of competition.
Higher quality, I would say.
I just think it's the future of the league. I don't know I don't know if you can do it when the BJP are involved in making decisions and how the politics plays out. But for me, if you ask me as a cricket person, it's already the best league in the world, and you could actually make it 10% better, right? And when it comes down to it, the Indian talent is so good. You're still going to keep finding Indian kids coming through. So I don't really see the point in not doing it. When it started, it makes sense. And for other leagues, it makes sense. It will cause complications with other leagues because it's the one thing that all the boards have been. This is a beautiful lofted cover drive. I say that. It's a lofted cover drive that ends up in the hands. Aniket is out for one. This is a collapse, gentlemen. A collapse, I tell you.
Also, Aniket's entry point was good, I thought, because you want him to take down spin. He's like an elite hitter of good length spin in particular. But Anukul Roy has got him, and Anukul Roy has also worked on his game in this match. Like, he was, I think Deepak Bhai will tell us that he was just insane both with bat and ball.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that was a dog shit delivery,
to
be fair, too. It was a wide flat ball. And when he hit it, I thought it was 4 or 6.
You expect him to hit it, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought he'd smashed it. But maybe we might have to...
83.3, Jarrod. And very
who's the
wide.
captain?
Yeah.
Well, Rahane. That might be on Rahane for working out to just have the long off a little bit wider there. Because he seemed a little bit wider.
During English commentary of the last match, what I heard from someone, like Ian Bishop gave some insights about Aniket Verma, like how he has worked on his pace hitting in the last few months with SRH management. So maybe we don't know. Like it's too small a sample size to be judging on that. So
I don't think it was a bad entry point anyway. It was good.
Yes.
It just didn't come off today.
Pitch Expert says, you're all great analysts with your experience. I'm a 19-year-old aspiring player. I need your advice once a dry pitch turns wet, how to bat on it for a longer session. That's interesting. It's a shame Robbie's not here. So I've played a lot on uncovered wickets.
Yeah.
And uncovered wickets are obviously the toughest wickets in the world once the rain comes. They're really easy until the rain comes. No one ever mentions that. But they are very, very tough once it comes in and once they're wet. I always think that you basically just have to play the ball as late as possible and wait for the ball to stick in the wicket and then play your shot. So if you're pushing at a wet ball, that's generally when you pop it up. So it's a completely different technique that I think is needed when you're playing on a wet wicket than on any other wicket, right? And it's because it's not only is it spinning or seaming, but it's also stopping. So if you start to pop forward, the ball just keeps going up in the air and there's nothing you can do. So I watched a player when I was quite young do this, and I kind of worked out how to mimic it from him. He almost played tennis. He went all the way back and he just waited, even a full ball, and he would wait. And if it was really, really full, he would just stop it with his bat, with a straight bat. And if it was short, he'd wait for it to stop and just whack it. And he could whack it in any direction in front of the wicket, if that was the case. So I hope that helps. But yeah, that's probably one more for Robbie than for any of us, if we're being honest. Oh, did I kick Cheyenne out then, or did Cheyenne kick Cheyenne out there?
The Jarrod benefit of doubt means if there is ambiguity, which side is the default?
Yeah, so this is my point with benefit of the doubt, is the only reason the benefit of the doubt went to the batters is because the batters were from the class system in England and they were the rich amateurs. There's no reason for the benefit of the doubt to go to the batter. If anything, right, it's harder to get a wicket than it is, than anything else. Like I could make just as big an argument that benefit of the doubt could go to the bowlers. I wouldn't. What I would actually say is, if you think it's 55% out and 45% not out, it's out. That's as simple as you need to make it. I don't think we need anything else.
It's because of the argument that batters only get one chance and bowlers
I don't
can
care.
still...
Fuck them. That's their argument because they're old posh guys who weren't good enough to bat. Stop. Look at you. You're part of the problem. You're part of the batocracy.
Patriarchy.
Patriarchy. Yeah,
Yes.
he's right. I did get that wrong.
Good one.
I knew I was close.
Patriarchy. It's a good one.
All in One channel says, I have a question, guys. Should leg buys be removed from the game as the batter is beaten and the team still gets run? Can anyone ask them without a super chat or something? Yeah, if the question's good enough and Vignesh notices it, we can get them. It's easier for us to get them for super chats because they automatically come up. I have seen people play experimental cricket without leg buys, and it doesn't work the way that you think it's going to work. It doesn't actually improve the game all that much. you could also make, there are, if you're going for the pads or the stumps all the time, you're going to slip the odd ball down the leg side. Like a bad ball down the leg side that flicks the pad is still an error by the bowler. I don't understand why it wouldn't be, it shouldn't be benefited from the side just because they haven't hit it. But yeah, it doesn't improve the game. I think the 100, this is one of the laws they were looking at removing for the 100. And every time it's ever been experimented with, it doesn't make the cricket any better. So that's the when you're looking at these sorts of changes, and I've heard the same with like, oh, we should allow LBW if the ball's pitched outside leg stump. Go and do an experiment of what happens in cricket when that happens. Everyone becomes a left arm finger spinner bowling over the wicket, and cricket just becomes shit, right?
Exactly.
And so we don't want that.
And there's a blind spot also, no, for the batter.
Yeah.
Like when you're pitching it outside the leg, like it's
Against
a massive
pace, I think
blind
even
spot.
more so, no?
I think also if you got your pads in line with the ball, that is part of batting, right? And if you get pads in line with the ball and it's on the stumps, it's not a leg by, it's out. So the bowler gets the benefit of that. And if the ball's not hitting the stumps, the batter gets the benefit of that.
Correct.
There's no benefit of the doubt. There's just benefits. Friends with benefits.
And
that's what cricket should be called.
I think, and if LBW rule goes out of the picture, I think the game would become a little sluggish, to be honest. Like because the fielding side won't be putting in their best effort. It's down the leg side. They would be happy
You're talking about LBW or leg buys?
for the leg buys, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work. Because, yeah, you're right. The ball becomes dead if it's not hit. Also, then, how do we work out if they've hit the ball? We would have to check every single time. If there's a slight inside edge, we'd have to stop the game, right? It
A
just,
lot of controversies. And
it doesn't
gully
work.
cricket, it'll be disaster.
it's a bit like bails. We can take the bail. We don't need bails anymore, right? Bails are one of the most elegant solutions. Varun's back on, by the way, and he's gone for 4 singles to start his over.
Yeah.
So good on him. 2 unset batters, of course, but even so.
Also, Jarrod, on Varun, there's a very interesting stat that I think Saurabh actually brought up in the last live, and it was from Cricinfo. So what they were saying is, for a 6-inning streak, Varun's economy rate is the highest ever for any spinner. For a good
Ever?
6-inning streak. Yeah. So that could be very concerning, no?
I mean, it's not the stat you want, is it?
Yeah.
What is massive?
Yeah.
And somebody who was like pretty recently the #1 bowler in the world.
Exactly. Like 1 month ago, we were all praising him, right? Not even.
Crazy. Just on the leg buys, the last thing I wanted to say on the bails, sorry, is that we can take the bails away now, right? And we can do what baseball's using, and we can have a square and everything else, and we can work it out with DRS, right? But bails are a brilliant. Were a brilliant solution beforehand for a long time, and actually really helped with cricket because it stopped people doing. Every one of us has played street cricket or backyard cricket without bails, and everyone then argues
Exactly.
about whether the balls hit the stumps or not, right? So when you take away leg buys, you would go back to that. Do we really want more situations where teams are doing that? And do we want a situation where the ball is dead when it's not been hit? I don't think we do. And if you think about leg buys when it comes to, if you're bowling, would that mean we'd get more short pitch bowling at the body? Because then you don't have to worry about the ball hitting the hip or the shoulder or the helmet and going for 4. It's one of those things that I've heard a lot of people mention, and every time I've heard anyone actually try it, it hasn't improved the game.
Yeah, it will actually create a lot of blind spots for the batters also, because then bowling teams would be tempted to kind of come up with those things without fearing that there would be leg buys or anything of that sort.
Deepak, do you want to take on this question?
So Reddy is touted as this great prospect, but he's essentially a pinch blocker, and his bowling is yikes. I think like his batting in first season, I was all gung-ho about him because I really liked the way he played spin.
Correct.
Because there were like one innings against RR where Ashwin and Chahal were like almost like they were at the peak of their powers, and he just took them down for fun. And he did the same against Punjab also. So obviously there was potential, but having said that, his game against pace is a matter of concern, and that reflects in his first class numbers also. And this is where it becomes a little tricky for him, because if as an Indian batter, like if you want to be the elite Indian batter and you don't have pace numbers, like good pace numbers, it is a serious matter of concern. So this is what has happened with him. So, and about
To be
his
fair,
bowling,
he's very young, no?
yeah,
So he
How
should
old
come
is he
on,
now?
like his improvement.
he's 22, I guess.
Yeah, must be. He's Definitely younger than me. I can tell you that.
I wouldn't be worried about him. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, at the moment he's a pinch blocker and his bowling is yikes, right? And the
And he's
reason
a
I
pinch
wouldn't,
blocker just in the power play, right? I don't think he's generally a pinch blocker. He just had a bad season last time. First
I mean,
season
last
was
year he
very
didn't make
good.
any runs, so I'm not even sure you call him a pinch blocker last year.
Exactly.
So I'm not too worried about that overall because he's not fully developed yet, right?
Correct.
And we've even seen he's picked up a couple of kilometers of pace of recent times. He can move the ball around a little bit more. He might develop physically.
He's bowling with the new ball nowadays in domestic.
Yeah.
Even
If you follow everything we talk about on good areas, most all-rounders develop later, and that's because they don't spend as much time with their main skills because they're learning how to be good at two different things, where most players are learning how to be good at one thing, right? If you look at his numbers, they're fascinating, Deepak. Like this. So this is all the T20 data I have on him. He has an average of 21 against pace bowling, which is incredibly low, at a strike rate of 116, right? So it's low and low. And against spin bowling, he averages 40 at an average of 163.
Yeah, exactly.
He's one of the best players in the world when he plays spin, and one of the worst players in the world when he plays pace.
Yeah, this is the matter of concern for you. This is what I said. Like, this is what reflects in his first class numbers also. His spin game
And
is
that's a
top
great
notch.
shot.
Like,
What a shot.
it's-
Yeah. We were talking about his spin
sure.
play, and did you guys see that shot? 11.6.
and we have to kind of understand, like, these all-rounders take a lot of time to develop. That's a very good point, actually, because Hardik made his debut in 2016 when he was 22 plus. So he's almost the age where Nitish is right now. And it took a lot of time to become a seasoned, I would say, seamer. And then his batting against spin was also good. His pace batting took a lot of time to develop. Like, I think
Yeah.
couple of years of good, solid, regular international cricket. I clearly remember in 2017 when Australia came to India, that ODI series, where he scored a couple of 70s and all. Like, on the other end, if there was like Virat and Rohit, they were kind of feeding a lot of information to him. Like,
Oh,
how he
almost
needs
caught
to bowl.
there. Klaasen's just been knocking it around. He's been a bit worried about these wickets. He even left the ball in the last over that he could have hit. And now he's decided against Narayan to start scoring, and he just gets this over cover for a boundary.
Brilliant shot, though, still.
Yeah. Was it?
But,
No, was it?
yeah,
He didn't touch it, did he? I think he just missed it.
Yes. And coming back to the discussion, even with Akshar, he also took a lot of time. Jadeja took a lot of time to develop into a proper all-rounder.
Dan Vittori,
All-rounders.
Imran Khan.
Dan Vittori,
Garfield Sobers was not a fast bowler until he was 27, guys. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you can go through. Ian Botham, one of the few that even Freddie. Freddie wasn't a very good bat at the start of his career, and by the end of his career was a really good bat. Like, it's very. Mitch Marsh have the lowest batting average of any number 6 ever at one stage?
Yeah.
Right?
For
Like-
any specialist batter, I think somewhere around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it's very common for all rounders to do that. And look, I honestly think it's as much about reps, right? And also, most all rounders are promoted ahead of their development
Such a
because
rare
they're so
talent.
important to teams, right?
Exactly.
Exactly, such a rare talent. It's like you're getting 2 players in one, so why won't you just that? Like, so that's why
Yeah.
teams think that even if like one facet of their play comes good on a day, that's good enough.
Yeah.
So like, I've never seen an all-rounder straight away hitting his stripes from like day one. Like, Cullis as a batter also took a lot of time to develop, right? So
Ages. Was it 16 test
Ages.
matches he didn't make any runs, I think?
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something around
But
that.
Botham's one that comes to mind. Stokes' bowling, my memory of Stokes' bowling was it was a bit wild when he started, but he certainly started batting okay. I think
Keith Miller,
Keith Miller
Jarrod?
might have been a bit like Botham, where he started pretty well.
Who? Which one?
Keith Miller might have been someone who was pretty good at both. To be fair, though, Keith Miller is a perfect example of if Keith Miller played today, he'd be twice as good because he would take his batting seriously because there would be a reason to. Keith Miller never really took batting all that seriously. Klusner is a great example of someone who didn't do it.
It's a great
Klusner,
example.
not only, even when he got good at batting, he kept fighting the fact he was a batter and telling everyone he wasn't, right? So Klusner's another perfect example of he got good at it and still didn't believe in the skill. And you see that a lot with these guys because they don't grow up being able to bat and then they learn it at 22, 23 and then like they're not sure that they believe in it.
And their batting is also very, not robotic. I'm not finding the right word for it, but it's very Like you see Vittori bat, right? Or you see Imran Khan bat.
Limited is the word you're looking for.
Limited is the word, I think. But I'm not getting the exact word. Anyways.
No.
Maybe more methodology driven. So like they
Yes.
have a certain set template and they would just stick around with that. Like limited shots. Like somebody like Wasim Akram, he was handy, but he had a very limited set of shots. He will always go back. Like even with Jadeja for that matter, he's not somebody who would play all round the wicket. He has some pet shots, and he is kind of I would say with all the repetitions
Perfected
and
that.
all, he's perfected that. So
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Saurabh
that's
will be
what
happy you
happens.
mentioned Wasim Akram as an all-rounder. he picked it. He picked Wasim Akram in a quick picks for the all-rounders squad.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah, I
about that.
think he would qualify as a bowling all rounder for sure.
I think
Like,
just under that.
just fitting in because
Yeah.
eras were
21-22 batting average.
yeah.
Not an all-rounder for me.
In that era with reverse swing and all.
Jarrod, what do you think? I'm talking about tests actually. So 22 average in any era, I wouldn't say that's a top 7 batter, is it?
No, not
Like
top
a
seven.
regular top 7 batter.
No,
he
that's,
could do
that's
it
a
at
number
times.
8
At
who's
his best, he
handy.
could.
It's a number 8 who's
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
handy.
was handy number 8.
I don't think a number 8 who's handy is an all-rounder though.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, all rounder
Kartikeya-
tops.
Kartikeya had Shane Warne down as the greatest all-rounder of all time, and I was like, well, he's just not an all-rounder, is he? Like, he
The-
could have
this is the
been,
thing of-
maybe, Warne. He was a handy batter, but he wasn't an all-rounder. He
Will
didn't
you qualify
transform the side.
Will you qualify Sachin as an all rounder in ODIs?
No. No, right.
Before the tennis elbow, when he used to bowl a lot.
His test wickets, he's at like 46 or 50
No,
something.
in
test
ODIs.
wickets, is he
In
not?
ODIs.
Oh, in ODIs.
Before the tennis elbow. Before like Sachin of
I think he
89 to 2004.
Might be close. Might be.
bowled a lot, didn't he?
Sanath is an all-rounder, that is for sure. In
Yeah,
one day
Sanath,
cricket.
definitely. He's a top league. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Sachin from 89 to
Well,
2004.
okay.
Will you qualify him as a
Well-
bowling all as a batting all rounder or not? Like,
Well, here you go. You can make this decision. Sachin averaged 44.5 with the ball at 5 runs and over in the 90s. He's not getting picked as a bowler, is he? So let's stop there, right?
Yeah.
He's not a fifth bowler with those numbers.
surely.
Is he a 5.5? Maybe. But at a 5.5, are you really just like a number 8? You're not actually helping the side all that
Exactly.
much. Having said
It's
that,
a
there were wickets
option.
where he was really good, right? Like as in there were
Exactly.
certain
Livingston
pitches
types, right?
that suited
Where-
him quite a
yeah.
bit.
And he could bowl leg spin, off spin, and medium pace. All 3 of that.
I could tell you, I've got a piece coming out. I think it's on Test cricket, not one-day cricket, on the greatest part-time bowlers of all time.
Yeah.
Right? That's where I would have him. So you get something back on the other side of the ball, but yeah.
I was just not able to kind of understand his bowling at times because some of the days, like purely based on my memory, like childhood memory, I would say, some of the days he would look like an unplayable leg spinner, and other day he would be even not counted as a part timer. So like,
I think he was fine when the pitch span.
yeah.
You guys remember that 2011 quarter final where there's this ball that Sachin bowls, I think, in the 28th over, and it just spins, like it pitches outside leg and it
Yes,
turns
exactly.
violently outside
I think he
off.
could
I
spin.
remember that.
I don't think he had any problems with that. I think probably the way he bowled, he needed the pitch to spin fast as well. So he
Yes.
probably
He was more a
needed...
loopy spinner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, if you go to Joe Root, how many people in the world think Joe Root is like? Sometimes you'll hear them say he's the best England spinner, right? And you just like, well, he's not. But on the right pitch, Joe Root is the absolute right bowler to bowl,
Correct.
right? And on the wrong
Exactly.
pitch, Joe Root is an absolute liability with the ball because he can't do anything. If you get Joe Root early on in a game bowling to right-handers, you might as well have one of us bowl, right? But later on in the game, if it's spinning quickly and there's left-handers there, Joe Root's unplayable.
Exactly.
So, you know, and
Very interesting.
to go back, we talked about Michael Bevan yesterday or the day before and his bowling. He's very similar of Michael Bevan on a flat pitch, unless you couldn't pick his wrong and wasn't that much. But Michael Bevan on a pitch that was spinning and that had pace and bounce on it was really hard to play because he was an incredibly quick spinner for that era, right? He was probably similar to Afridi and Anil Kumble, and he was left arm. So when he got it right, it was incredible. The only thing with Michael Bevan, which teams eventually worked out, was you just wait for the full toss down the leg side, right? You wait for the short ball outside off stump because he couldn't do it regularly. But there are reasons why he took big chunks of wickets at times. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't an accident that he did that, right? Compared to
Jarrod
someone
Moeen
like
Ali.
hey,
Moeen Ali.
Yeah. I mean, there's a similarity there in that their best ball was absolute. Go back, have a look, Google Michael Bevan bowling, and look at his best balls. They are absolutely mind-blowing deliveries where you're just like, how was anyone supposed to play this in that era when there were no left-arm wrist spinners around, right? 155 for 4 after 14 overs here. Michael Clark before his back went. The big problem with Michael Clark was once the back went, he couldn't bowl that anymore, could he?
Right.
But he was a handy bowler, right? He just never exercised that skill of his too much,
That's
right?
no, because his back went.
No.
Yeah.
Like outside of that.
Yeah.
Like, when
Up
he
until
was-
his back. I mean, he's probably the left arm version of Joe Root, isn't he? In that he didn't really spin it all that much, and he bowled quite fast, Michael Clark, for that era.
He had a good
They
arm
both
ball.
bowl like batters.
He had a good arm ball, I guess.
Well, he had a good arm ball because that was like 90% of his deliveries, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that in Mumbai, he did that.
Well, that's
Yeah,
that's a
but
perfect
2004.
example of bowling really fast spin on a wicket like that is going to help
Yes.
someone like Michael Clark because anyone,
Right.
you know, I don't want to go against Ash. Ash got really upset when I was on his podcast and I said, you know, wicket spin. He's like bowler spin. I'm like, dude, you and I are both spinners. We both know we can put as many revs as we want on it as possible. If the ball's skiddy on, the ball's skiddy on. And another day we can do gentle rolls on the ball and they get it. But I didn't do that because it was his podcast and he's lovely. But the point being is, someone like Michael Clark who doesn't put a lot of revolutions on the ball on that wicket it was Mumbai, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
2004.
A wicket like that, you suddenly start ragging them. Anyway, I'll let you guys answer this.
So Prudvi1207 says, if you are an upcoming young batsman, which team would you rather be in, GT or SRH? If you fail in SRH, there is no pressure on you, whereas in GT you can play yourself in.
That is it.
It's a very good question, I think. I would say this depends on the role, like where in the batting order are you going to bat? Because if you are in GT, I think if you are a good lower order potential batter, you might have a chance in GT, right? Like, because they basically don't have a middle order, if that makes sense. Like, after Glenn Phillips, it's a very weird sort of assortment of batters that they've collected, and I am not convinced about Washi as a finisher at all. Like, I know he's very talented and everything, but as a finisher, I have no idea why that is happening, and you need to use Rashid Khan more. So maybe if they get in another finisher type of player in that position, I think for that, GT is a better team to be in. For Sunrisers Hyderabad, so I think Kishan is a good example for this, right? Like, the stage of his career that Kishan was in, I feel going to SRH is a really good move for him because now he can play this brand of cricket that he has now, adopted since that Jharkhand season, right? And then obviously in the World Cup, now he's flying high on confidence. He showed a couple of innings in the last season as well. Not a very good season in the middle of those two innings, but I just feel like it has to depend on the role. Ultimately. What do you guys think?
I think that people should field in cricket, and it's and I
Rob
don't wanna
Barron's
get
influence
too
is
Rob Barron
unmatched.
here, but Narayan's bowled 2 good balls here for 2 singles. Reddy hadn't really gotten away yet. Neither of them, Reddy and Klaasen, hadn't gotten away, and he plays a pretty standard cut shot straight to the fielder. And does it go through his legs? Oh, I'm not even sure it went through his legs, guys. He just
Yeah.
slid past it.
It felt like it went past him.
I
Man.
guess.
They're just showing the review now.
They're going at 11 runs and over, and they've had a massive dip in the middle of this innings.
It went slightly to the right of him, I think.
He went
was
past
it right
it.
or the left from this angle?
Yeah, it was
like
I don't
Corey.
think it went from the middle. Yeah.
About this thing,
Yeah.
there was like very famous memes last year. Like people all these cricket content creators were kind of doing these memes. Like a person running up to them and say like, "Bhai, you got selected for IPL." Like, say which team? At number 4 for GT.
It's a good job. It's a good job.
So it was like, so you won't have to bat much because
Exactly,
the top
that's
three
also
would do
there.
most of the yeah, exactly. So
See,
yeah.
I think this is actually it's a cricket question described as a question about your personality. So we've learnt that Cheyenne basically just wants like a bit of safetiness to his life, right? Oh,
Oh, he's in
Wow,
the stream
Jarrod
audio
is-
only.
So I think Cheyenne has kind of knocked Jarrod off
I've kicked him
because
out.
he was about to reveal some secrets. So
Now I'm very
deep
curious what he's
insights,
going to say.
like all those deep insights and all those
Yeah.
mysterious things about Cheyenne, and suddenly Cheyenne has done some magic to kick
Yeah,
Jarrod out. So,
kicked him
like,
out.
You don't speak like this to me on my show. Get out.
Yes.
It's like
I'm very
Something of
curious
that
what he was
sort of
going to talk about. Was it about my work or was it about my leg spin? Because you've seen my leg spin, right? I showed you guys also that video. Obviously,
Yes.
it's nothing. Like it's just casual. But
Yes. And suddenly, like, Jarrod was like,
yeah.
It's
So,
kind of
anyways,
boosted
on
us.
this question, what do you think? Then you were saying that GT is number 4.
I think as a new batter, you need little more clarity. With GT, the best part is they have a very stable core and very stable
Management
ideology
also.
of going
Yeah.
ahead with things. So you get more time to understand your game because you know what exactly you have signed up for.
Yes.
So that ways, I think as a young batter, GT would make more sense for you because you like we've discussed this with Robbie a lot, right? Like batting at number 3, batting at number 5, batting at number 7,
Yeah.
opening. They all demand different preparation cycles, right? Clearly remember in when like Smriti Mandana went to BBL to play BBL for the first time, and she had to bat at number 3, and she said like I kind of was running up and around to have a discussion with somebody in the dressing room who would have batted at number 3 because I had no clue about it, and I
Yeah.
was all confused I kind of listen to her like somebody who's opened all her life.
Exactly.
It should not be that big a deal, but this is how it is. So once you're
Hmm.
kind of templated your batting around certain thing, and you've been doing it over and over and over again, it becomes a lot easier for you. So that ways I would say GT because they give you a certain set of template about your batting, like
Correct.
exact position where you would be kind of getting in, what exactly they expect from you, all those stuff. So
But
as
I
a
think
young
if you're an
batter,
attacking batter, then SRH might be that. It might make more sense then, right? Because they will give you that freedom that okay, if you even if you fail 5 games, 6 games, like you just see Kishan's season last year, right? He had the big innings at the start and the big innings at the end. He did nothing in the middle, and that time Kishan was all out of the Indian team as well. So they could have just said, okay, we've spent a lot of money on you. You haven't given us the returns. We'll release you. But they did not do that. So they've backed him, and now he's the captain as well. Obviously, that has to do with his Jharkhand and the India stint. Obviously, there's no doubt about that. But yeah, I think it depends on the sort of batter you are, in my
yeah.
opinion.
But with GT also, I think they will persist with the player for like ages. Like
No, they do.
we
I'm
were
not
kind of
denying that. Yeah.
when we were kind of coming up with the best playing 11, there were hardly like 18 players to choose from. Like it's like yes, that is it. Like to be honest, because
Yeah.
there's been such a stable core for them all these years. So like look at like how they persisted with Tavatia, Shah Rukh Khan, all these players for such a long. Like if you're not in their top 3, you're all good. Then you
But
don't
then
have that
your
much of-
development gets a bit stalled, no? If you're like, I just said
maybe
that.
yeah, that's it. Like maybe for the first season, we're kind of easing into things. We'll have more clarity. Jared was about to reveal something about Shayan.
Yeah,
so
Jared, you were saying
suddenly,
something about me.
I was just saying,
mysteriously, he
I was going to say, Cheyenne's natural instinct is the GT role just feels like a little bit safer and a little bit more secure, and I can bring myself in. Where I was just like, they're going to allow me to slog wildly? Why would I ever not pick Sunrisers in this situation? I can bat like a
Jared,
maniac. I think that says a lot
I would
of,
go for the team that has leg spin. So
I
someone who
think that just
understands
there's a
leg
lot of
spin.
difference between me and these other two gentlemen. That's the difference between front of the bus and back of the bus, guys.
agreed.
I might be a middle bencher, guys. Compared to Deepak bhai, if he's an IITian and all of that, then I'm a middle bencher.
But like that's the only thing on my resume as far as academics are concerned.
Rohit
Nothing
says,
before, nothing after.
Rohit says, does it impact the team if an owner like Goenka is so involved in decision making and animated after a loss? LSG never post about KLR even when he plays for India.
Correct.
Look, if you bad ownership is an issue. I'm not saying Goenka is a bad owner. Bad ownership is an issue, but bad ownership can also be a distant owner, and it can be someone who's too heavily involved. I like an owner who is passionate, but I also need them to understand, and having worked with a few owners, you need them to understand that they have hired the best people to make the decisions. And if they try and micromanage those decisions, and look, I'm lucky enough, you know, the first job I had in cricket was in Lucia Stars, which was with the worst owner that's ever been in cricket, hopefully. And so I learned everything about what an owner can do to completely tank a franchise in a couple of minutes, right? You know, just a ridiculous owner. I want my owner to be passionate, but they need to understand that sport doesn't run like business, right? And you can see the same at the moment with Goenka, and you can see the same with the Pakistan, the PCB, right?
Correct.
They think being punitive is going to make people play better in sport. Like, Okay, can you show me the evidence that has ever worked before? Like, am I missing something here, guys? That's not how these things work, right? So you have to understand that professional sport is so different to everything else. And then you have to hire the best people to come in with the best environment. Look, I'm not an expert on Goenka 100%, but I've been around and I've had some conversations with people. I don't think he makes the best decisions for cricket. I think he makes decisions based on... I think perhaps he might have picked a captain because he used to like a coach because he used to like him as a player, right? That's a ridiculous reason to have anyone on your coaching staff, right? And if you're doing it with a head coach, we saw the same thing with KLR. Like we all know that KL has issues, right? Like no one's not going to argue that. But at the same time, do you think the owner going out and having a go at him on the field is the way to fix it?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous.
And this is exactly happened yesterday also. Like when like LSG lost, there was an animated discussion between Pant and him. So it has, that particular thing has gone viral on all the socials. So and everything
Also
every
on the
time
second-
that happens, like every time that happens, like Punjab would always come up with something, because remember that in 2024 what Pant said about like not willing to go to Punjab. Like he said, like I got picked by Punjab. He said I felt saved because he was so adamant. I didn't want to go to Punjab. So now every time there's some animated happening with LSG, Punjab would always come up with some very quirky tweets and stuff.
Also, I would just want to add something on the second part of that question.
Yes.
When they said about LSG not posting for KL Rahul, I also do think it's a bit petty to do that. If you're posting for all of the Indian players and like KL Rahul is the one guy you're avoiding, that is not a good look, guys. Like, come on, if you are doing it for all of them, you have to be normal about it.
So
He's
there's a
left the
big
team.
thing. There's a big thing in the NBA. I think it's just the NBA, but it might be other American sports where like a lot of the players won't allow their. Oh, is this a big hit down the ground? It's not. He gets nothing on that actually. Reddy can't even make long on. They won't even allow. I think LeBron James is the one where people work this out. When the game is lost and the team tweet out an image, they won't put out a picture of LeBron James on the image, right? Because they don't want to associate LeBron James with losing, right? That is a tactical thing that these teams have thought about, right? I'm not saying that's right or wrong. What I'm saying is it's not a petty thing. They're understanding why they're making that decision. This kind of thing feels petty, right? And it's the sort of thing that now so many kids online during IPL are looking at who's following who's liking what, and all these sorts of things. You don't get away with any of this, right? And it's and it's also being pissy for no reason. Is my personal opinion with it.
Same.
Rishikesh says, why are cricketers like Purana Klasan out of form from their lofty standards, even though they are playing in most T20 tournaments? Why do you think just playing in tournaments keeps you in form? Sometimes playing too much can get you back out of form.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Also, I feel like playing international cricket still has its own charm in a sense where you're still going up against the best in the world, right? When you're playing international cricket, especially World Cup cricket. No matter whatever leagues you play, it's those bowling attacks, those teams, they're not going to be of the same level, are they? So you see Quinton de Kock, right? He came back to international cricket because he was not doing anything. And then now he's got on a good run of form.
I have a parallel theory to this also, where cricket is little unique when it comes to other sports. If, for example, if it's about football, you'll just play for like one league, right?
Yeah, correct.
No. Sorry, I thought he had that. He didn't.
Yeah, so just one league. But in cricket, you are a part of a setup for like a couple of months, and then you just move in, move out. It's very difficult to kind of get invested emotionally also at times, because like you're playing 6 different teams, 6 different setups in an year. So after a certain time, after doing it cyclically, like different owners, everything. So it becomes a little too mechanical also at times. So that then the evolution stops, then those nuances, those micro stuffs stop, and there's so much of work happening on the analytical part of it that people would dissect you, would try to work out like what exactly works for you, what exactly doesn't work for you. So that ways, I think as a player, emotionally to be invested enough in a league when you're just going to be part of it for a couple of months is a huge problem. And that's happening to the fans also, for that matter. Like apart from IPL, other leagues have struggled to kind of get their stronghold among the fans, is because they're just there for like a couple of months and they just vanish. Like if we talk about something like MLC, maybe the very fact that They do not have any presence throughout the year apart from those couple of months, like 15 minutes before the tournament or maybe 15 minutes after the tournament. It becomes really tough. So I'm very sure that might also be the reason for the players to kind of have their 100% invested in a particular team in a particular tournament when they're kind of doing so many different tournaments simultaneously.
Jumpsuit says, do you have any book recommendations to learn to watch the match from a tactical point of view? The only one I know of is Hitting Against the Spin, Nathan Lehman and Ben Jones.
Cricket 2.0?
Cricket, I think Cricket 2.0 is probably a bit out of date by now, though, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't read it.
When I read it, it was very good.
Cricket 2.0 would be the other one that I would come up with. But
Art of Batting. There's a book called Art of Batting.
Is there?
You
Who
might
wrote
have
that
heard of
one?
it. Someone I know.
This guy who's an Australian living in UK.
Rohit says, Varun. Wait a minute. I don't know why I didn't do this. Varun-
Jarrod, my brother-in-law is in UK right now. He must be coming back. I should ask him to get one copy from you.
I don't have any. That's the only copy I have. I think. Oh, actually, no. I've got one more on my desk. So I think I've got two. I've got none left. I've got to get a couple. If I come out to India for the rest of the IPL, I need to get some. Is that
Like
a big
Swati's
six
brother,
there?
he's about to come back from UK, so I can ask him to maybe bump into you to get one copy of it. Your signed copy.
Oh, that was a great shot. Great.
That was an
He
amazing
has
shot.
reverse scooped this.
Yeah.
And he tried it.
He tried it the ball
142.
before and almost got bowled.
Yeah.
Almost got bored.
Incredible by Klaasen
142
there.
and
Just
he's
a
done that,
brilliant
wow.
shot.
But
Rohit
this
says
is such a
Varun
not
on
class like
Rashid.
knock, is it?
Rohit says Varun on Rashid Khan route using too much googly. No, he's not using the googly too much. He's actually changed his bowling completely. And also, I don't think Rashid Khan ever bowled the googly too much either. So
With Rashid Khan, isn't it the length? He's gotten a bit shorter of late, which is
I
why
think they're
he's
both struggling with lengths. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like one thing I like about him is like his googly and regular leg spin, they're almost the same pace. There's not much drop off in terms of pace whenever he's trying to
He's
bowl a
going to
googly.
play the same shot
No.
again.
Definitely. Ribu says, which is more true? Teams chasing and winning because most teams are still teaching themselves how to play this IPL, or do teams help us genuinely, or do these games help us genuinely predict how this IPL is going to go?
I would say, like, obviously there is an advantage with chasing, right? One, you know the target, so you can play at the rate, and the second is due. Like, those are the two
Due.
most obvious things with T20 cricket in India in particular, at night. So,
Look, this is
I
a
think there's an
perfect,
element of
perfect
that.
example is this innings, right? Because they want to smash the ball everywhere, but Klaasen has
Yeah.
had to pull himself back because
Correct.
they lost wickets, because they don't know what the total is, so they're just going at a rate, right?
Yeah.
And now that he can swing a bit more freely, he'll score up. In the second innings, if Klaasen was batting, he'd know that he has to hit boundaries all the way through.
exactly.
He wouldn't be able to do it, so it completely changes the way that you bat.
Yeah.
I like
Also,
this
it's
one.
just 5 games, so I wouldn't say it's a whole lot of things to be worried about. Like, we need to see a good
Yes.
chunk of games to look at trends
Kushal,
like these, right?
me too, bro.
I would also say
haunts
most
me.
of those teams haven't batted very well. There's poor ball this down the leg side, another 90-mile-an-hour one, but a full toss down the leg side gets hit for 4. Kushal says
His
Michael Clark's
pace has
spell
been up.
in 2008 still haunts. Yep, that was
Sydney.
because the 6 for 9 one, they don't win. Australia lose that game.
No, this 3 for 5 in Sydney. Where he got
no,
3
I'm saying
wickets
the
in
6
one
for
over.
9 game, they lose.
They lost.
Yeah. Tarek says, Kimber, are you watching MLB's blueprint in popularizing baseball? WBC marketing eerily mimics an ICC event. Nationalism, WBC game reminds me of 90s cricket. Yeah, I did notice that. I think it was interesting. Look, baseball is struggling, and I would not be shocked if baseball is spending another full toss. This one's mishit into the gap for 4. I wouldn't be surprised if baseball is looking a little bit at cricket at the moment, because baseball, when I was doing the Death of a Gentleman in 2011, everyone was like, baseball's so much more popular than cricket, it's going to take over, all this stuff. Within the space of a decade, baseball went from one of the most important sports in America to almost an afterthought. They really, really ran it poorly for a long period of time now, and they're trying to catch back up, right? And the WBC does seem to be their attempt to sort of bring in a World Cup-like nature of baseball. But, you know, right across baseball, they've been struggling for quite some time.
Oh, another full toss.
Oh, dropped.
and dropped. But I think that should be no ball, I guess.
Well, with
It
the
really
last
slipped
one,
out of his hand.
Close, it's close.
This looked like a no ball. Yes, Reddy has already gone for the review also.
he's reviewing.
It looked pretty high.
I've never seen a man review himself being dropped before.
Rob
I
Barron.
reckon that's just under. God, that should have been caught though, shouldn't it? I think that'll just be. He's a very high-waisted man. Have a look at him. There's a lot of leg there, guys.
Yes. Ball was dipping also, no?
Deepak's a leg guy. We've established that from a long way back.
There's also the technology, right? So they can just calculate it.
Yeah,
but-
exactly.
They'll just calculate it. It'll be like 4 centimeters under. Asha says, if cricket has unlimited subs, so 11 batters and no limit on bowlers, which I hope happens, how much would batting average and run rate be affected in T20s? Yeah, the batting average would go through the roof, I would have thought,
Yes,
and the scoring rate
yeah.
would go up. Yeah, because
You know-
subs actually helps batting a lot more than it helps bowling. But I think where it would really help bowling is in Test cricket, where you can
You know,
have...
how would you pronounce this name, to be honest? A typical Indian name. I'm very sure it will be very difficult for you to get it right. Because I just
said,
got it right.
I just said Asha.
No, it's Ehsas.
Oh, okay.
It's Ehsas
Ehsas Sharma.
Sharma.
Yeah.
It's a difficult name. I've never come across such a name, to be honest, ever in my life. It's Ehsas.
There was no one with that name at
The
IIT
name- because-
Delhi.
Hey, Ehsas is obviously a very famous Hindi word, but I don't know whether it's Hindi, Urdu, like, to be honest. But
Feels like Urdu. I think.
it feels like Urdu, but I've never come across this name.
No, I think it's there. It's there.
Kushal said, did the pitch die or something? I think some of it was definitely they were looking for singles. I do wonder if the ball went a little bit soft, and we're seeing that now with the full tosses that are still not being smashed out of the park.
Yes.
So, I want to see the next 2 overs. It's usually the 19th over that you can tell the most with the ball going soft.
Yeah.
Actually,
You remember the Punjab game, Jarrod? The Gujarat Punjab game where the ball, like the shape of the ball completely, like it didn't look like you should be bowling with that ball, I thought. When
Reddy
Sandeep
is
had
out.
that 20th.
Reddy's gone. He's got the short, wide one, and he's tried to cut this over the offside, and it's gone.
Like
and it's
with
been caught.
this Jared, like something which is so above the head, even if you manage to reach out, like what is there any rule which says it can still be a no ball?
It's a no ball if they've bowled 2 bounces already in the over.
Yeah.
But like, otherwise, if you're kind of reaching out to a bouncer, even it's way
It's
ahead.
your choice, isn't it? It's the same as a wide. He had to have known that was probably going to be a wide, and he went for it. That, just by the way, I thought he made pretty good contact on that, which is hard to do off that ball.
I liked the shot actually, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
So my point being is that still didn't go for 6. Let me just have a look where it hits on the bat. So it's a slow ball bouncer. It's wide, and it hits. I think that hits pretty close to the middle. So
Yeah,
it might
I
be
also
that this
felt
ball's just a little bit soft at the moment. And generally, when you see slow ball bounces now, it means the ball has gone a little bit soft. I've got a video coming out on this tomorrow morning, actually, about Arshdeep Singh
Oh, yeah.
and the over that he bowled the other day, or the 11 balls that he bowled. Naveen says, are there any IPL teams which majority of the players would love to be part of, and teams, a lot of them, they would want to avoid? Well, LSG is becoming that team, I can tell you that. People love Mumbai, CSK, KKR. RCB is certainly becoming one. Punjab was one that players tried to avoid for a long time.
Yeah,
I've
but
never
now
heard
that
much
might
about...
be changing.
What
I think
was
the
that?
Ponting and Shreyas.
Yeah,
I
I
think
wondered.
Punjab also, I think they'll change their perception the way they're going now.
Yes.
I think Delhi's always been pretty neutral in
Yeah.
I can't think of
I think so.
anyone. Gujarat's
Yeah.
been pretty neutral.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think LSG is becoming the team that people don't want to be involved with, is what I've heard from players. This is where we need Robbie to raise his eyebrows.
Rajasthan, now I think with the change of ownership, they will have more clarity because
I never
Right
heard anyone
now-
say they didn't want to be at Rajasthan though.
yes.
But I'm not sure anyone
And also-
wanted to be there.
Yes,
Yeah.
but now I think they'll get even more clarity on this because earlier the ownership.
Oh, he
part
bowled
and
him 2
everything-
in a row.
Ah, 2
Vibe
in a
ups on a
row.
hat trick.
Beautiful ball. That tailed a bit, and
Yeah.
with all the pre-tournament talk, I think Salil is finding it little hard in the IPL. Though it's just 2 matches, it's too early to get. But like this is how it is. Like he was tonking the ball for fun in the practice matches in the build up to the IPL. But that was good ball. Like, I
mean-
saw this in Karthik Tyagi over also. There was little tail in. The one that Klaasen missed, like which just missed the stumps by 2 centimeters, was little tail in. Even in this ball also, there was little tail in also. So not massive, but at least little tail in, I would say.
Shyam says, Jarrod, do you think someone like Babe Ruth or Otani would make for destructive batters? Yeah, look, I think the very general skills of baseball batting and cricket overlap at a certain point. So, you know, I mean, we know that Alan Border, Greg Chappell, Ian Chappell were all very probably. If those guys came through the system now, they would be a 50-50 chance between being baseballers and cricketers. It's just that at that stage, no one was recruiting baseballers out of Australia, so there was no system to do that. But I think if it happened now, at least one of those guys probably becomes a baseballer and not a cricketer, would be my guess. You know, after the 90s, when we had a few baseballers from Australia, people started paying attention to Australian baseball a little bit more and recruiting out of it. So I think there's an overlap of the skills in that way. I think once you become a baseball player or a cricket player, I think it's very hard to then to switch between both at the age of 27 or 28, because they're vastly different sports by that point. But if you think about you're looking for micro clues, you're looking for processing skills, you're looking for pattern recognition, you're looking for revolutions on the ball, you're looking for hand position. All these skills should come over. Hat-trick ball! Down the leg side.
Down the leg side, wide.
Dog shit. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking at basic skills, it makes sense. I think there was a baseballer who said that he thought if you gave him 3 years with Adam Gilchrist, he could make him into a baseballer. So I think it should be the same in both directions. Although I think it would be easier to go from cricket to baseball than it would be from baseball to cricket, would be my guess.
Yes.
Just
Because there's so much of, exactly. The ball bouncing and so much of different parameters to think about, I would say.
Exactly.
Pitch, everything. Like, you have to have so much of data to process.
Talking about data, Rudra says, RCB posted a video where Salt was saying DK was giving some of the best coaching advice he's had in a long time. Then they re-uploaded it with that cut out. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, go,
I know what
Sean.
this is about. So actually, I think he was talking indirectly about the McCullum regime in some sense. So maybe they didn't want that. I would assume that's why they re-uploaded it. Like they didn't want blowback from that. That is my guess in this situation, because the way Salt put it, he was like, I'm not being sarcastic, because all of these guys, they're like very playful and they keep bantering on social media with each other. But the way he was saying it was like, I am being very serious. Like I'm not sarcastic at all. So
Interesting.
yeah, I think enough has been said about the England management.
But this is what we talked about though. Like if you people notice all that stuff now, right? Like it's you know, there will be a cricket writer or content maker in the next 2 to 3 years whose main job is probably reporting on those kinds of micro things from social media. Right? It is already parts of it, but I don't think there's anyone who specializes in it.
Yeah, it's more clickbaity right now, I would say.
Something like the way Sportskeeda has done it, maybe. They have templated
that's what I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah, but that's a little different. So what that is
Exactly.
they watch podcasts and then look for a clip and then bring it out, or they look for a tweet and they do it. What I'm saying is eventually it'll be the Virat has unfollowed RCB, like, but it will be all the way through. I'm not saying it has. I'm just saying it'll be those kinds of stories, because there's just too much business being made in this, right? Like it makes sense. That was a lovely little scoop there by Harsh, who moves to 5 off 2. Klaasen is 42 off 31.
Not a pretty class and kind
Also,
of a knock, I would say.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. For baseball, another player that comes to mind is Harry Brook, because he also had that collaboration with MLB Europe or something like that. So he could be another interesting one.
He just had a sponsorship though, didn't he? I mean, any cricketer who can hit full tosses out of the
That was
park.
a beautiful shot again.
Yeah, Andre Russell would be a really good baseballer, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. He almost batted like a baseballer.
you know, Chris Lynn, we mentioned before. Chris Lynn,
Yeah.
there's nothing in watching Chris Lynn that I don't think he could have played baseball. But he'd have to have been brought up on it and be used to it and everything else.
Jarrod, can you think of hitters who wouldn't be good baseball players?
Anyone who plays straight through the line, that sort of Flintoff style, or that, maybe guys like Daryl Mitchell, Marcus Stoinis, because their power comes from a straight bat, right?
Correct.
It's the guys who come from the more that other
More
side.
cross-batted ones.
Yeah. Ayush says Netflix should create a series where cricket and baseball teams learn each other's sports and compete in both games. I'm up for that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Bro Obama says, Jarrod, do you know Kushal Mehra? Yeah, I do. He's a podcaster in India who speaks about in very hard regard. I'm not sure what he meant by that. Maybe discover your channel. He's a cricket purist. He definitely is. So there was a period of time where what we were trying to do is have as many podcasts as much. It was before Bayram came on board, and I needed co-hosts. So I think I might have co-hosted about 6 or 7 episodes with Kushal, if I remember correctly. There was a bunch of guys that we did it with, just because I needed someone to talk to, because all of my podcasts were me on my own. And I don't like myself that much.
Bharat was around at that time, I remember, when I first reached out to you. So I think he was not available after that. Bharat Sundaresan.
Yeah, so Bharat was the first guy that we had on, and then, but I was paying Bharat when we started because we were funded, and I just felt bad going from that. Bharat would probably still do it for me, but he gets paid to do other stuff, and I didn't have any money. And then the problem with Bharat was that he could only record once a week at like.
Oh, did you see that?
Shot by Heinrich
Oh,
Klaassen.
Yeah.
and
Launched this down.
both the fielders.
Oh, it went
kind
straight
of-
up in the air. I thought he smashed it.
Yeah, and both the fielders kind of got confused.
Well, I got
That's a regulation
confused,
That's
catch,
a drop
to be honest.
for Rob Barron.
That has to be counted as drop for
That's a
anyone
drop
for that
Deepak
matter.
Goyal
like,
too.
yeah.
God, I thought he smashed the hell out of that. That went really high. That has
Yeah,
to
it
be
went really
caught.
high, exactly.
Yeah, this
Oh.
Good. Like,
this is
You
the
know what the
regulation
problem was
stuff.
there? Long on came
calling.
in. Long on decided it was his, and it was actually long offs.
And you know who were the fielders?
Pandey and who was the other one?
I think
Pandey
it
was the
was-
one on.
Yeah,
right.
Manish Pandey, and I think it was Anukul
it
Roy,
Anukul?
I guess.
If
Looked
that's
like
the
one.
case, those are two of the best ones.
Just imagine the two of the best fielders.
I can tell you
Definitely
this, the ball's definitely gone soft. Looking at that last hit, and then he's just hit a 4 where he's muscled this
Exactly.
down the ground. And if Klaassen is muscling it and it's going that slow, he still got it away. He in the past he would just absolutely have hammered that. Long on wouldn't have had a chance. So definitely a chance. Yeah, so Bharat did them, but yeah, Bharat could only do like Monday morning at like no, was it Monday morning? Tuesday morning at like 7 a.m., which meant I had to stay up to like midnight to do it sometimes. And look, I love Bharat, and I've known him for a long time, and I'd love to do a show with him again. It wasn't working for our schedules, and then it wasn't getting paid. So that's when I found Bayram, and Bayram was just. But I think Bayram had just moved back to Pakistan at that stage, didn't have a job, and had plenty of time, right?
Yeah,
So he could
yeah,
just he could fit around me. And as you guys know, my schedule is nuts, right? So, you know, it makes a lot more sense to go to find someone who works around my schedule rather than me trying to stay up till.
Is that why you hired 2 night owls, Jarrod?
It does work. It does work though. He's come in and he's paddled this away for 4.
Yeah.
It's the full toss from Blessing. He's got that wrong, and it's been whacked away for another one. You got to if the ball goes soft, the only rule you have as a bowler is that it needs to bounce.
Hit the wicket. Hit the wicket.
Only rule that you have at that stage is it must.
So even
bounce.
with this shot, he didn't get his timing right. So clearly, the ball has gone soft.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
So what happens is I've talked to players about this. In fact, Robbie was one of the ones who told me about it. that-
Out.
Yes.
Is what actually happens is because when the ball goes soft, so even when it hits the pitch, you have to change your swing, right? And it's really, really hard to do that. And what happens afterwards is when you get a full toss, you've already adjusted to what the pitch is doing. So it's hard for you to
Yes.
hit the full toss. But yeah, as Shahan said, 222 for 7 as Klaassen makes 52 from 35. A strange innings from him, but I don't think that was entirely his fault, as we have been saying.
Three quick wickets. I would like to say that has some of an impact on this.
Yep. I think, do you know what they've done? The one thing we've seen with the Sunrisers so far is they've scored very quickly, but they have lost a lot of wickets in the 2 games we've seen so far this year.
Exactly.
And it's stopped them, hasn't it? Or slowed them,
Yeah.
maybe is the better way.
They've lost wickets in clusters. Like, that's the whole problem. Like, again, RCB, they lost 3 wickets in clusters at the top.
Exactly.
Today, then suddenly 2nd, 3rd, 4th again.
Okay, can one of you help me with this? I don't know about Lalit's
I need to
recent
look this
tweet.
up. I know
So,
he
like,
had some beef with
yeah,
Goenka.
yeah, yeah. So,
I know that.
I
Yeah,
saw the
with the
Goenka
Goenka
ones.
one.
The Goenka,
The
if it's
biggest
the
joker
Goenka
on
ones,
the
they are
planet.
funny as hell.
Yes. I think it must be that one only, guys.
Jared, do you
Unless
know what rabbit hole I went into? You
Jared, I
did
think
the
you
whole
should
piece
have
on
him.
the-
I think you should have him on the pod, right?
We've been chatting to him. He usually gets back to me. He's got an assistant at the moment who I don't think knows who I am. So I'm just trying to get through and say I want to do a project with him at the moment, or not project, a podcast with him at the moment. Look, he's a difficult guy to deal with.
Yeah.
I think I've interviewed him 4 times. I probably interviewed him more than most people have, right? So.
That Hassan Minaj interview, Jared.
I didn't do that interview. I may have helped write it, but I didn't. I don't know if Lalit knows I was involved in it. But
Yeah, you told me that.
I've been to his house twice, I think. So I've interviewed him
was it?
twice at his house.
Living in some
Yes,
big
he's in
mansion or
London,
what?
right?
He lives just next to Sloane Square, which is one of the another wicket here, by the way, as well.
Yes, another wicket.
He lives in like this corner of Sloane Square, which is, but I don't know if he owns the entire building or not. But yeah, it was a very fancy place. The first time I met him, I know it's the end of the innings, and we all need to go to the toilet here. But the first time I met Lalit Modi was for Death of a Gentleman, and we went to his friend's house. I don't know why. Maybe his house wasn't available at the time. We went to his friend's house, who was this South African who'd worked in tennis for years, right? And halfway through the thing, the guy went over and said, "You guys want some drinks?" And we were like, "Yeah, we could get some water." And the guy went over and he pulled a cord, right, which brought up the maids with the drinks. And I've never been in a UK house that has. I mean, it's very rare to have help in a UK house, let alone an old like cord that you ring and then they come up scurrying from the basement with the drinks. And I was like, is this normal in Lalit's world? Because this is not a normal London thing to be involved
The
with.
guy's super rich.
Yeah. The other guy was super rich too. I forget his name, Etienne. He worked in tennis. Anyway, the end of that innings, it's one of the more bizarre pathways to 226. If that ball goes soft, it means that what is going to happen here is KKR are going to have to score a lot of the runs early
The
on.
power play.
But anyway, we'll have a look. We'll tell you everything that you need to know in 10 minutes. Thank you to all of your support so far. Like, subscribe, tell everyone about us, and we'll be back after this wee break. No, we won't be back. We love the game, but we love the stories. Fans have stories. Former players have stories. Journalists have stories as well. Combox brings them all together. The game lives on.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode where we are picking an IPL all-time 11. You're watching Combox Live where the game lives on. And I have with me Varun Alvaconda and Tirumala Setti Suman, who so far, whichever name Rob has chosen has actually not made it to the team. So I don't know whether Suman will make it or not. Maybe this will be the exception. So we are picking an all-time 11 of Sunrisers Hyderabad, but it's not just Sunrisers Hyderabad. It also includes DC, not Delhi Capitals, but Deccan Chargers, who might still have the best IPL theme song of all time, which was "Go the Chargers, Go the Chargers, Go."
Can you
I'm
sing
sure-
the whole thing, please?
Go,
Or,
Deccan Chargers, go, go,
Can I?
go.
Yes. So because essentially what happened is, although the ownership changed, the team remained the same and the name changed and all that. So it was sort of like a Delhi Daredevils to Delhi Capitals situation, which is why we have decided to include the Deccan Chargers records for this. So we have a full 18 season record to choose from. Same rules apply as before. We are picking a team of 11 with a 12th man, no impact sub, maximum 4 overseas guys allowed. And I think all 3 of us have had a lot of trouble with research for this team because we actually don't know who to pick. So this is going to be a doozy. And the pick order is going to be Varun, Saurabh, Rob, and we'll go in a snake style draft. And yeah, I think that about does it for intro. We should just get right down to it. And Varun, hit us with your first pick and make it rogue.
No, I was just thinking, like the only thing more terrifying than Rob getting the first pick is him getting 2 picks in a row. Like I don't know what he will do here.
So when
plans for whatever you do, there are plans.
So once I did my research on the team, I decided that Rob needs to have 2 picks in a row. So I hit the randomized generator twice to ensure that Rob comes third.
Okay. So let me start us with some level of sensibility before we go crazy. I'll take David Warner as the first pick,
Okay.
Damn it.
who should be in all our teams.
He was, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, he was so good for Sunrisers, right? There's a lot of seasons
Yeah.
he carries him, and we were just talking about this in another other pod. Him in 2016, how good was he? Again,
Yeah.
I don't know if this is unpopular on the internet or not. The best batting season ever in that. Sorry, at least the best batting season in that season. Right? It's crazy. Like I think it's
Yeah.
because
No,
it's just the run he
best-
goes on towards the end, right?
The best batting season ever is still Chris Gayle, I think, 2011.
Yeah.
But-
No, I mean, sorry. I mean, he's the best batter in 2016. That's what I was thinking of.
Right. Yeah. So, for all of you who didn't get that, Varun Alvaconda says David Warner's 2016 was better than Virat Kohli's 2016. The 2016 in which Virat Kohli got 973 runs and 4 centuries. I'm just putting that out as a public
Yeah,
service
this isn't as
information.
good. I still think the best thing I saw from 2016 is Kartikeya saying Kunal in 2016 was better than Virat in 2016. I love it.
What?
No, I think he was also said Livingston in 2025 was better than Virat in 2025. So I love him. I love him on Twitter, man. He's so good for it.
That's a take. Yeah. That's a take.
But yeah, I think Warner is such a safe first pick, and I think like I'm a bit terrified about how this pod is going to go. So I'm going to start us off with a nice open goal there. Right? He wins SRH and IPL trophy.
Yeah. So I have next pick. I was thinking I'll also go for an open goal purely because I want there to be as much chaos as possible for Rob to wreck on this because I don't know who to pick after that, after the first few picks, which is why I'll go Rashid Khan, who was also an automatic pick, I assume, for everyone in this team.
Yes.
Yeah, he close to being, I mean, possibly their best or one of their 2 best bowlers of all time for Sunrisers. They picked him when he was, not the Rashid Khan that he became later. So that's props to them and their scouting team. We talk a lot about Mumbai's scouting team, but that was really impressive by Sunrisers to pick Rashid at the time that they did. And he has I don't even know what his stats are anymore because I lost them, but he was obviously amazing for them.
Yeah, the highest
got
on
stats.
impact for them.
Highest impact for them, right? Yeah. So
He got 93 wickets in 76 runs at an economy of 6.33. So he was kind of
okay,
always
that's
good.
mental.
for them.
Yeah.
Like they're nonsense, aren't they? Like, and that's in an era where there are a lot of people getting whacked, and he's
Yeah.
basically a run and over better than everybody else that was
I
doing his
think
job.
the single worst decision I think I've ever seen is retaining Kane Williamson and letting Rashid Khan go.
Yeah, of course it is.
I still can't wrap my head around that. Like, yeah, that is actually the single worst retention decisions. There have been
I
some
can at
bad
least
ones. but-
understand not retaining Warner because Warner was getting old, so I can
Yes,
give them
yes.
that. But not retaining Rashid Khan was actually crazy.
They could have had him as, and I think it was because they said, we're not going to make you captain, but we'll try and get you anyway. And he was like, absolutely not then, I'm off. If you're going to make Kane Williamson, who was like one of my least favourite things about the IPL is that Kane Williamson has won an orange cap. That really makes me angry. That you're allowed to. I mean, obviously, Callis's career I've managed to, after therapy, have removed from my brain, so I can't remember him ever playing. But like for Kane Williamson to do it, like in the modern age, to stink the place out and still get away with being made captain ahead of Rashid Khan, now that's full joke. Like when you said, Saurav, that they made a great decision getting hold of him, they made a much worse one getting rid of it.
That's true. That's fair.
Just mad, isn't it?
to be fair, Ken Williamson, the year he won the orange cap, he was actually good for them. He
Yeah.
was that's like the most
The
grudging
disappointment
year
in his voice.
in the history.
It's written into Kane Williamson's contract, a bit like Callis, that you're not allowed to have third man up. So he just scores, 1 run every single ball. And if you don't put a third man there at all, then he scores 4. It's just depressing. I just don't like him as a T20 player. And these are guys that are unbelievably good at cricket, but there is no room for how they play in T20s. Yet successions of so-called think tanks thought it would be a good idea to build teams around them. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, you have 2 picks, Rob.
Yes,
so
please.
go ahead and
I
brought.
think you could argue that Warner doesn't get in it if you're doing it properly and you have people that play in every position.
No.
Okay.
Don't argue that.
Warner's opening, right? Okay, well, Andrew Simons is playing in this team, so that's going to mess you up. Andrew Simons is straight in as my number 6.
Whoa!
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I was thinking, I was thinking him, but I didn't know how to get him in.
He's number 6.
I mean, I looked at what he's done and he's good, but I felt like there's other overseas guys who are better.
No.
No.
Tough. He's number 6 because he was scoring at strike rate 136, 100 years ago when all these other idiots were knocking it around for strike rate 110, and he was getting 29 runs in innings, which is more than Abhishek. It's more than Rohit. Do you know what I mean? 29 runs in innings is loads. Considering the strike rate he was going at, and he can bowl, right? He got wickets as well. He got 20 odd wickets.
Rob up actually. In 2008 and 2009, the strike rate's actually over 150. It's the last year that he plays for them that really brings it down for them.
And that is mental hitting back then, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
That's
and he was
200.
old, probably. He was absolutely old by then. He was done. He was near the end of his career, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at the team, whatever team we end up with, it's not going to be a brilliant fielding team, I don't think. And he will make it better. Like he was, he's in the Hall of Fame for fielding, isn't he? Simons, and he can bowl.
Yeah.
And he's a match winner. I'm not sure how he fits in the dressing room. If you ask Yuzi Chahal what Simons gets up to outside of hours. But he's fun, he's chaos. Yeah. He's unbelievably good at cricket, and like you say, he was coming towards the end of his major output, and he was still smoking good bowlers back then. And so, if you love doing adjusted numbers, Varun, like his adjusted numbers must be absolutely unbelievable if he's playing today. So when I looked at the overseas, I was like, right, you could go Travis Head, but then I don't think you go Warner. You could go Gilchrist in this team. Like he did pretty well. He's again in an era where not many were doing
strike rate was even more impressive than Simons, right?
148 Gilchrist.
Cricket has never finished at the close of play. It lives in the arguments, the memories, the comment sections. Cricket makes you talk. Combox is entering that chat.
I think I could have easily found a way of getting either. Hello.
Just for a minute, I thought Rob is doing the watch along on his own.
That's what I do now. Did the podcast on my own the other day.
Like an absolute star. Jarrod Kimber here, Rob Barron as well. Rob, I've been talking for 2 hours straight about this game. You've been working. What notes do you have for me?
So I am not sure what Klassen was up to there, because I think Klassen, for the whole of last season and so far this, has not been the Klassen, has he? I noticed that the market there was 12.5 for the last over, and Blessing is not a proper good death bowler, is he? And you've got Set Klassen on 40 something not out facing. Like normally, what's that 2 years ago? 15, 16? It's one of those, isn't it? And I don't think the belief in Klassen is quite there. I mean, he got 15 off it in the end. But he was sort of...
I thought he slowed down originally because they'd lost a bunch of wickets in a row.
Totally get it.
Right.
That's fine. But
I then think he tried to get
2 overs too many. I think.
Yeah, I think he then tried to pick up and couldn't. Whereas Nitesh Reddy did. I do think the ball went soft though.
I think it was one of those. Do you know that line got up to 250, the run line? And so actually them getting 226 was a pretty good effort from where they were at one point. It was one of those fluctuating type innings, but madness at the start from those two, as it's going to be if you don't take your catches. And then, kind of, it wasn't that fun at the end. It could have been a lot more fun, couldn't it?
No, it was kind of sloppy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Also, there was why were they? I said this before, but you weren't here, so I'm just gonna say it again. Why are you bowling full tosses when you know the pitch is soft and you just need to hit the pitch?
Tiagi seemed to, in one of his overs, he got it right, didn't he? He was just basically bowling outside off, quite full, and they couldn't do anything about that. A lot of it is on this power play, isn't it? On these two.
Yeah, I think you have to get ahead on this pitch, because if the ball goes soft again and you're chasing 226, you're going to struggle, aren't you?
Yeah, it's 60 is probably not enough to win this game in this power play.
Interesting. We have the first ball here from David Payne. Finally getting the first ball. So at least someone's had a meeting. And this one's been pushed out to deep backward point, and there is no 1 run. There is no run. There is a single run. Good to see David Payne with the new ball. Probably get smacked anyway, because that's that kind of pitch. Have we had impact subs yet?
Yeah, Malinga's in. I don't know for who. Probably Travis Head.
Harshal Patel must be injured then, right?
Must be.
I mean, they couldn't have dropped him.
No way. No way.
It's a bit ridiculous that your entire job revolves around you knowing as much information as possible about this tournament, and yet you don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what these days, Jarrod? I'm beginning to think that from some of these teams. I would like to see Finn Allen going bonkers for half an hour. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Always. It's never not fun, is it? As Payne comes in again, this swings away and is slashed by Finn Allen. Not far from being caught, but safe enough. Gets a boundary past mid-off.
At least you know what Finn Allen's going to do. To be fair, you know what Abhishek and Travis Head are going to do. It's interesting that when Narayan came on, they went, okay, we don't need to this over. We're just going to just halt this carnage for a second.
It's interesting, that ball. Every other batter in world cricket's hitting that through cover or a backward point. And he's so strong that he just muscles that through mid-off, which is where the gap is. He's on this again. There is a fielder out there. Doesn't matter. I tell you what, bowling with the hard ball on this wicket is not the easiest job in the world. And this one has been pulled away as well. You probably need to swing it like Vaibhav was early on.
That boomeranged first 4 balls, didn't it? Or first...
Oh, ridiculous, wasn't it?
Travis Head was nowhere near. I think it was ... wasn't it? First 3 balls, which is pretty incredible.
4 dots, was it?
I mean, they didn't score off 2 of the overs in the power play, and they got 82 or something.
This is quite funny actually, because David Payne has bowled both of these balls to his field, and because Finn Allen hits the ball so hard, it just doesn't matter.
Oh,
and now he has smashed this down the ground for 6. Well, you wanted a fast start. Your 60 in the power play looks on.
Yeah, I mean, they want 80, don't they? And they might, if these two are in at the end of the power play, they don't get a wicket, they might get 90. It's one of those, isn't it? If it's not swinging on here, the hard ball has to go, because it definitely got softer, didn't it, in the first innings?
Yeah. What I'm assuming KKR weren't favourites and now favourites.
So yeah, they weren't. It was like 60-40.
Yeah.
And now it's slight favourites the other way. Which I don't particularly agree with, so I'm closing. I was on at the 40, and now I'm closing.
He's going for this again. This could be another 6. Wow. Well, it's a lot better start than Sunrise has had. I'll give him that.
Wowzers. Would like to shout out all the bookies that thought 6.5 was a good number for this over.
I'm assuming you're on overs on that.
About an hour ago, when they were, to be fair, it was 4-6 and then 8-13. So it was highest first over score. Very silly number. Very, very silly.
That went 83 meters, that pull shot there. I'm not sure what Green can bowl to Finn Allen, because he tried to swing it away. He tried to bowl wide, and he tried to bowl at his hip. He might have to just either slow ball or Yorker this now. Actually, that was a slow ball, that last one I'm just looking at. Just maybe got the length wrong. This one is better, but Finn Allen gets it through the offside again. Huge over. Absolutely. Might be the last time we see David Payne in this entire tournament. As I said, a couple of years ago, I really liked him. I'm not sure this is the time.
It's such a shame, isn't it, that people like in India or IPL fans will probably remember Payne for the guy that turned up for a bit and got belted. Whereas his good stuff was about 3 years ago, wasn't it? His really good stuff. And he's on I mean, you're not going to say no, though, if you get the call. He's 35 now, David
No
Payne.
way. This is a retirement tour for him, really, isn't it? Did you see Neil Manthorpe's article about Tyrone Henderson the other day?
No,
It's
Rajasthan
really good.
legend.
It's worth having a look at. If anyone can find it, it's Neil Manthorpe on Substack and Tyrone Henderson, the guy who got paid, what, 600 grand for 2 games, I want to say?
Yeah, nice. That's the way to do it.
And then literally retired, bought a big place out near a lake and just put his feet up for the rest of his life.
I mean, I really respect that. Jubei bowling at Rahane because Rahane can't hit spin is the idea here. Wants to hope he doesn't get a single this ball.
Yeah. They're going for it straight away here. And to be fair to Rahane, he's tried to show some intent. He's got that to the left of mid-on. He's going to get a single. Probably not your ideal situation, but I think after that first over, you don't mind bowling spin to Finn Allen here either.
No, so he's slow left arm orthodox, isn't he? So I'm looking at Finn Allen's numbers against this type of bowling now. Only 160 strike rate against this in the power play, which is half what you would expect a pacer to go for the way he started. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Like after that over, nothing wrong with throwing the ball to Jubei. It's not the wrong answer.
You just want to have a look at something else. And to be fair, you know, I know Narayan bowled well and Chakravarti didn't, but Narayan actually had a 3-run over in the power play, right? Against Head and Abhishek.
Yes.
That is not going to be the case for Harsh. He is whacked down the ground. Again, it's catchable. He's hit a couple that are not that far away from being caught. It's just that he hasn't hit them to the fielder. This one goes past mid-on to the right for another 4.
How many balls will Finn Allen face before he doesn't hit one of them to the boundary? Because he's 6 from 6 so far. Jeez. Okay. Every ball is going.
Yep. The expected power play score now is 85. And
gone.
He's caught. He's caught. It was full outside off stump. He tried to smash this back. It was off the toe a little bit. And Finn Allen is out. Well, that's helpful. That could have got very, very messy in the space of another 10 or 15 balls. Cheyenne's here with us as well.
Hi, Cheyenne.
Hello. Hi, Rob. Hi, Jarrod. How are you?
That was a fun start.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 out.
Well, you said when would he stop hitting boundaries? Well, he did.
I mean, net is that because it's Finn. If that's Rahane that goes out there for 28 off 7, I would say that's a great start for KKR to be 30 off 9 balls. But because it's the main man, I'm not sure it is. Market loves it. Market thinks that's an excellent start, but I'm not sure how good that is, considering how valuable Finn Allen is. So they've gone Raghavanshi 3 today, which we were shouting out last time that they should have done.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm not against it. I don't think it's like the worst thing that's ever happened, or anything. But I'm not sure that has put them as far ahead in the game as the market and some people are saying. Yeah. So.
Also, Jarrod, not ideal for David Payne to be taking the new ball against Finn Allen. Like, it's your first game. Like, it's your first game bowling with the new ball in the IPL, and you come up against Finn Allen.
To be honest, I said he bowled that outswinger where he bowled 3 balls that were directly bowled to his field. It's just that Finn Allen hit them so well that they all went for 4 anyway. So I think that if you look at someone like Payne, he's that kind of cricketer, right? Where he's a bit like Harry Gurney. He's really good at bowling to his field. When you come up against Finn Allen or Travis Head, it doesn't really matter. Those guys hit the ball so hard, the fielders can't stop it anyway, right? And so, yeah, I mean, there's an element of that. But if you're going to play in the IPL, you're going to go up against Salt. You're going to go up against Finn Allen. You're going to go up against Suryavanshi. Like, you just, it is what it is. I have Finn Allen's record here against left arm finger spin in the last 2 years, because someone in the chat said it wasn't very good, but I've got him averaging 31 at a strike rate of 182 against left arm finger spin, and that's including that wicket just now.
Oh wow, yours updates that quick. Mine doesn't. Nice. He looks absolutely fine against in the last few years, pretty much everything to me.
Yeah. Is there a thing in the power play maybe left arm finger spin works against him? Because I do know that
Oh, I
Akshay
didn't
gets
look
him
at
out
power play.
twice. Because Akshay gets him out once in the bilateral series and then in the World Cup final.
Yeah, you
He's
might be
slightly
right.
slower against it. What are they trying to review here? Or they're thinking about reviewing nothing?
It's the LBW, isn't it?
Well, it definitely wasn't that.
Yeah, just having a look at the replay. 33 for 1 after 2 overs. Raghavanshi is, 1 from 3. And Rahane's only faced 2 balls. Been out there a while. He's seen a lot of things. He's like the guy at the back of the platoon. We worked out the other day, didn't we? I've just done a video of this, Rob, that Rashid Khan faced 4 deliveries in that game the other day, but only 1 delivery.
Oh, I thought he faced like 14 deliveries. He batted for half an hour and he faced 1 ball.
No,
and he was
he's only in for 1 over, I think.
I know. It was the longest over in the history of the world.
Um,
Abhishek is bowling, ladies and gentlemen. Abhishek.
Don't adjust your sets. This is not science fiction. It is Abhishek. He's coming around the wicket, and
This tactic, right, is basically, and if you look at Rahani's numbers, I kind of agree. You have to bowl just relentless spin at Rahane if he's going to open, because he belts pace. I mean, his seam against spin just the last few years, 158 and 113. And in the power play, it's 166 and 121. That's a huge difference. But the problem is,
and this one
the
from
other guy on
Raghavanshi,
strike,
that almost looked like a clip, but he's managed to get it up and over, and it's a mile back at long on for a big 6 there. I just looked at Finn Allen in the power play. He's very good against left arm finger spinners in the power play too, averaging 25.5 at a strike rate of 156. So not as much as he is outside the power play.
Yeah, exactly. So that's still a drop off compared to, other bowling types and against left arm finger spin compared to after the power play.
Yeah.
How did that go for 6, Jarrod? I can't believe it. He literally just chipped that. 80 meters is a lot.
Well, there's a golf phrase, and I've now forgotten what it is, but it's like when you kind of like hit the ground first and then hit the ball. I can't remember what it is. They use it in football as well. That's what it looked like to me. Like it's like he didn't get his timing right, and they just pushed his hands through it anyway, and it just went flying.
Rahane doesn't look up for this to me, as far as also he had a shocker in the field, didn't he?
I knew you were going to say that because we were just talking about that in the first innings, right?
Well, the drop was really bad, but the misfield was worse. The one he let go through in for 4.
Robbie was talking about the catch, right? The catch drop not being as simple because he still covers some ground. But we all knew that Rob Barron is never going to give that. He's not giving any margin on that.
Ayush says, some say Babe Ruth isn't the GOAT for not facing black players. Do you know there's actually a conspiracy that Babe Ruth is black? And there's been books written on it, by the way, that yeah, have you never heard this?
I used to have a poster of Babe Ruth on my wall when I was a kid. Probably slightly older than a kid, as Raghavanshi plays an amazing.
God, how did he get that so
What
high?
is that?
Did that
What
hit
is
the
that?
security guard on the head?
That's where he was aiming. I mean, that's wow. What a shot.
It's that sky sweep shot where you can't understand how he hits it so high with so much power.
Exactly. The super shot in some ways.
Does the same thing apply to Bradman, given he played against the West Indies and India in the infancy? Depends on what you mean by their infancy. The West Indies were actually a pretty good side at the start of Test cricket, all things considered. They beat England in their second series, Rob, I want to say, at home?
Don't know.
Might not have been a full strength England, though, to be fair. West Indies were pretty good. And West Indies had a lot of fast bowlers, which specifically Bradman would have had trouble against. No, I wouldn't say that. One thing I do love is that it's not Babe Ruth's fault, of course, that they weren't playing against black players. He would have played against anyone, I'm pretty sure. But that wasn't how the league worked at that time. But in cricket, we were years ahead of American sport when it comes to that stuff.
Very obvious plan here that we're just going to keep bowling spin at him until we get him, but they're forgetting that Raghavanshi gets to face half the balls.
What's Raghavanchi's record against spin?
Let's look him up. I just think he's good at everything, isn't he,
In the
Raghavanshi?
power play. Yeah. Need to see that.
Power play record for Raghavanshi, only 19 innings. Strikes at 160 against spin and 168 against seam, but he's never got out to a spinner in the power play. Whereas
It's been done here, Rahane. Rahane's timed his first ball and hit it into the stumps.
did you talk to Robbie about the Rishabh Pant run out where he got done at the non-strikers?
Yes.
Because I wanted to ask him, I would want to ask him there, like, hello, how much across the practice pitches before from Raghavanshi, how much of that is the non-striker's fault? Because there's no law that says you're not allowed to keep your bat there. Do you know what I mean? Like, what did you think of that?
No, I think in that particular case, that ball wasn't going towards the stumps, right? So he's actually looking to see if it's going to be caught, and so he's naturally still backing up. And so generally, what you see is the batter go back and try to put their bat back, and Rishabh almost doesn't do that, right? Because it's so late that it's almost pointless. So I'm not too worried about that. And Robbie wasn't worried about that either.
Okay.
I
Well,
think
he's
it's different if
having
it's the one that Rahane just did. If it's hit along the ground, then you have to go back, don't you?
Mm.
But we're all crib out of their crease and steal runs, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we all
Rahane
not?
looks bad to me at the moment. I think it's been quite a tortured 8 balls, this, for him.
57 for 1 after 4. Raghavanshi is 20 off 9 and Rahane is 7 off 8. Finn Allen looks so relaxed on the boundary, by the way. He looks like, dudes, I've done my job. Just good luck with it, everyone.
It's great. It's a great gig, isn't it? Impact sub, right? So don't bother with any of that fielding malarkey. He's quite a good fielder, by the way, Finn Allen. And then walk in, hit 6 balls to the boundary, hit the next one to the fielder, and walk back off again. Here comes the cat.
Now, I've got a feeling that Unad has a really good record against Rahane.
Oh,
I was expecting to see him early on, and I never looked it up
I'm going to have to load my matchup calculator up, aren't I?
because of everything else that went on.
I've backed an Cat today to get more than 1 wicket at 3.75, which I
And
thought
here
was
comes
big.
the first one to Rahane. No, he hammers it to
Jarrod,
mid-on and takes a single.
He is at 35 runs, 34 balls, and 4 wickets.
That's
Rahane
why
against
they
Unad
pay me the
Wow.
mediocre money.
Wowzers. You get paid.
Actually, no.
All right, let's look this up.
I
You
wonder
have
how
to
many
talk
times
about it,
Unad
so-
has ever bowled the 5th over and not an over before that.
That's a good question. Yeah.
They keep showing Finn Allen on the boundary, and he like his hair's out. He's untucked. He looks like the guy who's driven the truck all the way, finished his job, and is watching other guys unload it. Is this one is pushed to backward point for no run?
Also, Jarrod, 3 of those 4 wickets that I just talked about, they're in the power play. Unad versus Rahane.
I'm shocked that they're not all in the power play, to be honest. Brits says, if Abhishek's going to bowl in the power play, just play 11 bats. No, because you wouldn't do this in every game. This is an extreme example of they thought they could stop Rahane scoring altogether, and they have. But not every team is set up like that.
What did you say? 35 for 4 off 34?
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
Oh.
Rahane versus Unad in the
Boundary
IPL.
here.
Yeah, I've got that too. Raghavanshi is playing extremely well.
Really well.
Yeah.
It was a slow ball bouncer, which is really early to go for it. And he's bowled it outside the leg stump, so it allowed him to just stab it, really. A stab hook. Do we have a stab hook in cricket?
We do now.
Seems like we're going to mark that shot now.
Stab hook. I remember the first time I got hold of like all the different shot types that like people had done, and it was in one of the early databases. And like you could just tell that most people just went, okay, flick, push, cut, drive.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple of people who just like me who can't help but like rename the name of any hybrid shot. So this one is back cut for 4 by Raghavanshi, looking even better. And like they were just like ridiculous shots like the front foot, back foot cut. And you're just like, I know what this person's trying to say, But at the same stage, this is going to be the only person who's ever going to write this down. Or is like
Exactly.
the running flick over wide mid on. Again, I understand what you're saying. Just call it an on drive, buddy. Just call it an on drive.
Exactly. Jared, if you see the old scorecards on Cricinfo, you'll actually notice this, that for the player wagon wheels, they have this thing called onside drive on front foot, offside drive on front foot, that sort of stuff.
I remember working with them when they had that.
It's just overly confusing, an already very confused sport.
So when I think it was, is it Canberra or the other one? Was one of the Indian companies that sports mechanics. When I was doing some stuff with sports mechanics through Scotland, and I had to say to them, you have to train the analysts on how to just say the most obvious shot, because they were inventing just these random shots and it's so annoying when you're trying to do analysis on a player.
Exactly.
And you're like, well, he's played the back foot cut, the front foot cut, the uppercut, the down cut. And it's just like, let's just call it a cut, guys. Unless he actually runs it past second slip, let's call it a cut shot.
Yeah, for sure. Because that causes issues with the grouping as well. Otherwise,
that's
like,
what
if
I
you're
mean.
just looking up full shots, if you don't
you
have,
know what I do? I group all because there's Rob, when you go into these things, if this is top edge, it's out in the oh, good catch. It was a fascinating catch. It was a slide catch in the end. I'm not sure it needed to be.
It's a catch, Jared. That's all.
It was a catch. Exactly. Sorry. But again, it was on a cut to Rahane. That's why you come to the Combox Watchalong. We tell you these things before they happen. 8 off 10 he's ended up with. Is it a slow ball? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, cutter. And he's gone for the pull shot. He realized halfway through and he had to check his shot. And he's ended up just spooning that up in the air. So 67 for 2 after 5 here. Not the start they were promised. Maybe the start.
115.3, that ball.
Yeah. It wasn't massive revs on it, but there was enough. And it certainly stopped in the wicket. So when, this, when I'm doing the sweeps, I put all the sweeps together in the one basket, because it's like, that's a paddle sweep. I'm just like, if you can get down on your knee and you can hit the ball in multiple different directions, it's a sweep, guys.
Yeah. For T20 though, I would say that the slog sweep needs to be differentiated, because now you're covering a different part of the field.
No, I think what you're talking about though is not, once I know someone can sweep, I assume they can play multiple versions of the sweep. Right? If I was then planning for the team, that's when I want to know the differentiating between it. But you can do that with a wagger wheel as well. You don't actually need to call the shot. All these different things. Bro Barmer says, have any of you played Cricket 26? If yes, what is your review? I have not. I played Cricket 24 was the last one I played.
No, we at Decimal we had I think we still do. We had virtual cricket where we employed a load of guys to play one of those cricket games against each other in South Africa, and then people would bet on it. But people were bored and they preferred it if we just did like simulations really, really fast. So we did that instead. But have I played 26? No. I've told you before, Jarrod, but I haven't told everyone that my favorite, the funniest thing I think I've ever seen, or the thing that I've laughed the most at, was when it was one of the, I think it was PS3, whatever, might have been Don Bradman cricket, like whatever the latest game was at the time. It was the first one where you could go online and play other people. But what people did is they modded teams. So the original teams were like Jorms Anderson and
all the
Kelvin Potterson and all this sort of thing.
Brian Vittori, who ended up playing for Zimbabwe somehow.
So people went in and made the proper teams, and it was great. And you could go online and just nick people's teams. But also it had for the time, it had pretty advanced facial recognition type software. So you could get really close to having them look how they look, right? And so people were doing teams and getting them bang on. Like they really did look like the people. But obviously then other people took that a bit too far and started putting I think, I can't remember what he called it, but it was like the Nefarious 11 or something. And it was like Adolf Hitler opened with Bin Laden and Saddam Hussein as number 3. And it had the stats that you would do for those people, like Fred West opening the bowling and stuff. And it was but
he got a lot of victims.
The amount of time that person must have spent doing it. That's what made me laugh. I was like, how many hours has this man put into this?
I can't remember which game it was, but it was one of the ones after EA, the company in Australia who does Cricket 26. It was one of theirs that I got.
Yeah.
I think it was called Cricket Ashes or Ashes
Okay,
Cricket
yeah.
or something.
I've had various.
And I got that one, and I'm playing with all the different teams, and I'm playing with Sri Lanka, and my batter comes out, and it says Nurashon censored because it couldn't have Dick Waller in it. And then, of course, the first thing I did was go to South Africa and check Quinton de Kock, and again, censored. International Cricket 2010, yeah.
Paid £1 for that.
My favourite game ever, it was called Graham Gooch's cricket in England, but it was called Alan Border's cricket in Australia, where you could bowl, if you used swing bowling, you could get the ball to swing from off the pitch back in, and no one could ever hit it, and you'd bowl every team out for 11 every time. And if you played against your friend would just stop playing against you because it was so crap. But no, we have not
grown
played
up on
that
Cricket 07, the EA Sports one. I have played that game so much. Like, I remember once I batted, like, I scored 1,000 runs with Andrew Strauss for some reason in a test match.
You can pick anyone in the world, Cheyenne, and you picked Andrew Strauss.
Just very random.
Well, wrong.
So my favorite was Brian Lara Cricket for the PS2. I think that was great, and they had one version of that where they did like a history mode, and you could play, all the scenarios from famous games back in the day. You could be Spofford and Steam In, and it would be in black and white, and it'd be.
And you had to chase. The big one was you had to chase 400 with Bradman and Barnes, wasn't it? And Arthur Morris. Right. Yeah, and then there was. Was Alan Lamb one of them? And you had to score the 25 or whatever in an over against Bruce Reed.
Yeah, that was one.
It was that was honestly
places in it.
Yeah, that was one of the best things. I think it also. I can't remember if they did the Wilfred Rhodes one where you had to get the runs with number 10 and 11. But it was brilliant because you learn about cricket, but also it puts you in these really weird situations where it's actually really hard to chase 400. And in a normal video game, you're never in that situation, right? And so suddenly you're like, well, how do I do this?
And Jarrod, even in Cricket 07, they used to have these Ashes scenarios. So they would actually put you into those situations that happened in like the 2005 Ashes or the 2007 Ashes. And accordingly, you have to, now deal with it.
I think the Shane Warne / Brian Lara Cricket is the best video game that's been, because I think it was just really, really playable. I'm sure it'd be out of date now, but like I've played pretty much every generation of cricket game that has ever existed, and that's the only one that I was obsessed with.
Jarrod, do you play on mobile? Any cricket games on mobile?
I used to play International Cricket Captain, which is I really liked.
Oh, come on now. Carnage there. Sorry.
Oof, no run out.
Yeah, Cricket Captain, I couldn't I could feel myself going too far into it. Do you know what I mean? I thought that there was a really, really rubbish one called something like, it started off as a football game, but it was like, I'm trying to find it on my phone. It was like Superstar Cricket or something, and it was incredibly basic, but really addictive. And you could go through, you could pick any one and name them whatever you wanted, and then just go through multiple seasons trying to get them to be the best rank. But the actual gameplay was dreadful. But I put so many hours into that. When Cricket Captain came out, I was like, I could lose a year of my life if I stick on this. That would have been a very contentious run out.
Do you guys remember stick cricket?
Oh,
yeah,
that was an addictive one.
I never enjoyed stick cricket that much.
It's just time pass.
Run out.
Yeah.
Run out.
Another one. How did they run themselves out after a ball where they almost ran themselves out? They were just at the same end as each other.
That was the third effort of running themselves out. Now they're going to check who it was that has run out, because this is closer than it looks. Raghavanchi's walking off, and I think Raghavanchi is out, which is the much bigger wicket at this point.
Yeah.
But Green has
basically
sold him out. If you're
so
Green,
he's hit this ball back to the bowler. It's hit Malinga's foot, and then Malinga's just picked up the ball and smashed the stumps down with them. And it happened so quickly that we're not sure if Green had actually run past Raghavanchi. That's how ridiculous this was.
I think Green's done the slightly selfish thing there and legged it. But if you're getting paid 2.8 million quid to play in it, I guess you want to do your batting.
Let me just look at it again, because I'm not sure Green. I think from Green's angle, he just saw the ball go away and he started to run. Raghavanshi is the one who saw it, right? So I'd probably say that Raghavanshi was the non-selfish one there, because I think he saw it, started to stop, and then realized, well, then Green's going to be run out by meters.
This is really close. Really close. I think
I would say it's Green, isn't it?
I think Raghavanchi's just out when the stumps light up, but bloody hell, that's close. If Raghavanshi is less selfish, he's absolutely and completely fine.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If he...
Oh,
it is Green. Yeah, I told you it was Green.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah. Do you know how you can tell when there's no single? That's when you'll run out without having crossed yet.
But they tried to get run out the ball before, didn't they?
Yeah. You said 3 times. There was one a couple of balls ago as well, right?
Yeah. So that's the third effort of getting run out, and they did it. So
let me just go through them. I'm just trying to see where it was. Yeah, I can't find the other one on Cricket Info, but I think... Oh, no, here it is. No, I can't find it. So on the 5th ball of the over, there was a massive mix-up. Raghavanshi and Malinga collided. But at that stage, Green and Raghavanshi were already at the same end. So, yes, the colliding made an issue, but there was already a huge stuff up there. And then Malinga couldn't quite get his balance back to throw the ball at the other end and get the run out. And then straight after this, what's happened is Raghavanshi is facing, he's murdered this ball straight back to Malinga, who's got a little bit of foot on it, and it's skidded off. And they've both seen that and decided that's runs, not knowing that it's actually just trickled just past the stumps. And at one stage, Raghavanshi realized, but it was too late, so he runs through. But unfortunately, Green had gone so slowly that he hadn't even passed Raghavanshi, and he was the one run out. Which I don't know how many times I've ever seen someone run out like that before.
Yeah, that was nuts. So we have new bowler, by the way. Shivan Kumar's getting a go. And
yeah,
I looked his numbers up earlier and didn't find very much. Cheyenne, do you know him? I don't.
No, not really. I haven't really followed him, but I know he can bat a bit, and clearly they've picked him because he can bowl left-arm wrist spin. So
Didn't they pick a couple of left-arm spinners and a couple of...
They have Fuletra as well. I think Crane's Fuletra.
I think what they did, Rob, was they just played a flyer on a couple of guys. Well, the first ball's hit the pads, so that's a good start.
It's quite nice.
I think they just played a bit of a flyer just on a couple of younger players, hoping one might come good for them because they're so desperate for bowling.
Yeah, that could be. Also, Rinku against spin. Now, this is the thing that we keep talking about all the time, right? You don't want Rinku to face a lot of spin, and him coming in the 7th over, I mean...
Oh, I tell you what, you don't want him to face it if he's not going to pick the wrong end and almost get bowled. He went back to that, but I don't think he realised what he was going back to. So he's missed both of the balls so far, Cheyenne.
Yeah. That's a start.
It's one way to start.
Rinku is, unless you bowl left-arm pace at him, he's actually very, very slow in the middle overs, isn't he, Rinku? Against pretty much
middle
all
overs,
bowling.
he takes his time. He's that finishing anchor that Varun keeps talking about all the time, right? He'll take his time, get set, and then launch at the end.
But they need 2 a ball now, near enough.
Exactly.
So how deep do you want to take this? Like, this isn't you can't afford to be getting 5 and over for 3 overs here, which is how Rinku wants to do it, I think.
Well, to be fair, he hasn't got close enough to actually try and anchor yet.
True. Just watching this run out again, it's common.
Yeah, because if you have a look, what happens there is Cameron Green saw Raghavanshi, right? So he sees the ball get hit back. He looks, and then he doesn't see that it goes next to the stump. So he only runs Cameron Green because he sees Raghavanshi coming. So that wasn't a Green thing. That wasn't a Raghavanshi thing. It was just they thought the ball had squirted further, and by the time they'd realised it hadn't, one of them was stuffed.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? That it's no one was being particularly selfish or unselfish, actually.
Rinku's hit a ball, everyone. He knocks this down a long one.
I quite like this bowling. I don't know. I don't know whether we're going to be seeing 5 years of it in the IPL, but I quite like it so far.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him spin it yet.
But now Raghavanchi's facing, and Raghavanshi looks very, very good. It's one thing to bowl to the new bat who doesn't like going after. Should we call it spin early? And it's another to bowl at set Raghavanshi, who's 2 a ball nearly.
If I could just add one more thing on the run out. I wonder if what actually happens here as Shivang comes in, left arm wrist spin again, and it's the wrong end. It doesn't
Hooray!
spin. It just they keep skinning it across him. They're going to have a look at the review, I think, for the stumping,
out.
but I don't think he's out.
Not out.
On that run out, I think what happens is Raghavanshi hits the ball straight back to the bowler, and it goes along the ground behind the bowler, and so he can't see the ball for a minute, and he runs, and Cameron Green just sees him run. Also, I just saw an ad for a soft drink come up on my screen called Bull Soda, which is absolutely a 1000% taken the Chicago Bulls logo and put it on a random soda in Asia.
I never.
Nice.
Is that on your feed? Must
It's
be
on
on
one
your
of,
feed.
it's on one of my many feeds, Sean. As you know, I'm a man of many feeds. That's what they call me.
That is what they call you. And
Wrongen again, outside off stump. I should say Wrongen. I'm only basing this on the fact he hasn't spun one the other way yet, but
he's
this
very
is played
close
the backward point. No
to a
run.
miracle over here. He's
Yeah.
bowled
Yeah.
4
Good
dots out of
place,
5.
man. That fifth one spun a bit, didn't it? Or did it just go with the angle?
I
thought
think
it
they're
spun a
going
bit.
with the angle, but this is when we need Varun to tell us. But
Yeah.
he certainly hasn't spun one the other way yet, Cheyenne.
Yeah, that's true.
I've enjoyed this over. It's nice to see somebody new come in and not just
Just
be a
hit for
bowling
6 every
machine.
ball.
Yeah. Must be feeling pretty good now. Let's see see if we can get out the over.
Yeah. That's
Half volley outside off stump. It's in the air, and it's going to be 4.
Oh,
it is
unlucky.
going to be 4.
Unlucky.
It was a good
Get over
ball.
that.
It was a mistake from Raghavanshi, and he's ended up slicing this over backward point for 4. Guys,
Speeds around the 90s for I think most of the over.
I'll let you guys answer this question.
Andy Beat 2021 says, how do you see tomorrow's CSK versus PBK's game going? Think CSK's Indian core is sneaky good, but they play Short and Overton. Is Short better than Urvil?
No.
Anything on Urvil, I will give it to Rob Barron. He is the biggest Urvil superfan out here. So
I love Urville. I mean, Matt Short's
Oh, Deepak's here.
Matt Short's.
Hi.
Hi, Deepak. Matt Short's an amazing Big Bash
Hi,
opener.
Rob.
Urville isn't an amazing Big Bash opener, but
yeah,
I'll tell you what Matt Short isn't, and that's an IPL number 4 or 5 coming in against
Exactly.
spin.
I definitely have
That's,
Urville in that
that's
spot.
definitely what he isn't. So, how is tomorrow's game going to go? I think you have to take lots of wickets to stop Punjab whacking sixes, basically.
Did
I
you
love
see how many
Punjab.
sixes they hit the other game, the Gujarat game? Like the ratio was so skewed. It was like 3 4s and 11 sixes at one point.
Yeah, so that game, I'll just get the numbers up. So that's one of the tried and tested. It worked every game last year, near enough, apart from 1 or 2, and it'll do it again this year. Is you can back the other team most sixes against Gujarat, and you back Gujarat most 4s. So in that game, Gujarat scored 15 4s against Punjab's sixes, against Punjab's 6 4s, and the sixes was 14-3 to Punjab, 14-3, and Gujarat batted first. Rinku's at one
Comes
up in
down
the
the
air.
wicket here, Rinku, and he slices
Ooh.
this, almost caught at deep points, but they just.
I want
get
another
wide.
an cat wicket today, please.
I see you on him for most wickets, or
More than 1 wicket at 3.75, which I thought, considering they're
you
chasing lots,
got
they're
that at
quite
the halfway
likely to get
point.
bowled out. Yeah, they're quite likely to get bowled out here, aren't they? Because they've got to keep going. They've got to keep trying to chase these 226.
Have you got a couple of
So-
balls on that, or just him?
So, any inputs on Rahane's innings, or do people have already discussed that?
We've discussed it to death, but you can. Have you been hitting the gym?
No, my instructor went back. He came at 8:10.
Can I
It
just
was
say
like-
that Rob really laughed a lot when I asked if you've been hitting the gym?
No, it was the way you said no, as if that was impossible. You're like, no, why on earth would I do that? I went to the gym this morning, everyone. It has happened.
Has it got a good cafe?
Here we go.
No. Why we said this is because Deepak's personal trainer was on the show briefly, Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Very shy to come on.
Yeah.
So you have a personal trainer, Deepak, that you don't use. He just comes round, says, I can train you, and you say, no, thanks. Is that how it works?
I love this. I love how that's how Deepak is now known. And it's also true.
So, like, my kids end up doing exercise with him. So, like, For the
That's
His
all right.
kids. Wait, you haven't heard the full story yet, Rob. He has a personal trainer that comes to his house twice a day.
What? How much money have you got?
No, but like in Ludhiana, it's dirt cheap, to be honest.
Wow.
Really?
It's dirt cheap, but his trainer comes twice a day, and Deepak uses him on neither occasion.
It's IIT don't keep, I would say, Jarrod.
And then like, in the morning, he comes at 9. Generally, I find it very difficult to get up by that time. So, like yesterday, I was up because
But didn't
Swati had
exercise.
to. No, I did. I meditate. I did some meditation, and then we worked out.
So hang on. So when the trainer comes round, who you're paying to train you, and he says, right, it's a he, is it?
Yeah.
And he says, right, Deepak, today we're going to do this, this, and this, and you say, no, I'm all right, thanks. What does he do then? Like, no, that,
No,
okay, cool.
I don't turn up. Like I'm sleeping in my room at 9 in the morning. So he would start calling me at like 8:45, and I would put my phone on silent, and then he calls my wife.
That is so rude, Deepak.
No. It's like I don't do it intentionally. It's like I decide at what time I go to bed. So like it's like if I go at 1, then I would know that I'll be able to get up by 9. But like every half an hour, I start thinking that now I won't be able to hit the gym. So if it crosses 3, then I message him in the at that time only. That please you can skip the session in the morning.
But he still turns up.
Yeah, definitely. Because like my wife ends up doing the session in the morning. She's pretty particular. She makes it a point. And at 9:45, she comes up and wakes me up. Sir is about to leave. Can you just spend like 15 minutes maybe? Maybe 20 minutes or something.
I don't know why he's pushing so hard. If it was me, I would keep you as a client forever, and I would bring a newspaper.
So like
Not a newspaper because it's not 1950s.
No,
but you know what I mean.
he's a darling. He's a gem, and he has really changed my life completely. Because 2022 when I started off with him,
What do you mean he's changed your life completely? He comes round, you turn your
Yeah.
bloody phone off.
no, I was like what I was.
You used to leave the
10
phone on, Rob.
I was gaining 5 kgs per year on an average for 10 years. That
Wow.
stopped, and
Good
then
going.
I lost. I gained 50 kgs in 5 years. I was 130 plus. Then he took me down by at least 10, 12 kgs, and I've not gained in last 3.5 years. So like on an average 5 kgs in a year. So like that has stopped, and I have reversed a little bit of that, even with my stubbornness and everything. Considering the fact that
Must be a great
still
trainer
it's
then.
because of his persistence that I managed to do something.
So you've got. So to summarise, you pay for a trainer who comes round twice a day, trains your wife and kids. Whenever he asks you to do anything, you tell him to bugger off and turn your phone off, and he has changed your life. is what is-
Just
believe
off
that's the
late.
story.
That's a recently last 5-6 months I've become pretty lazy, but before that I was still pretty active. About at least once a day I would train. Like
Last 5-6 days, did you say?
months. Like,
Months, okay.
since last August, I would say.
I love every part of this conversation. KKR is 88 for 3 after 8 overs. They need 2 runs a ball basically from here on in. 139 off 72. Rinku is 3 from 6. Raghavanshi is 42 from 23. He's looking pretty good. Unadkat has 1 wicket. Rob needs him to get another one. And we've had the young wrist spinner, I was bowling a moment ago, whose first over went for 5 runs. First message, I don't understand this. Oh, wait, is this your other coach? Right, Rob, we haven't even talked about the fact that Deepak has 2 personal trainers.
What does the other one do?
I mean, like,
He trained the first trainer.
I
No,
you
right.
guys.
No. Athar, like, to be honest, I've had a discussion with him. So he's a professional trainer who works with the athletes and stuff. So we discussed a couple of times like how and what all I should be doing, but like he also kind of gave up on me. So like he's like,
I'm shocked. See that one. Robin says, "Hi Jarrod, Indian football team is coming to UK to play the Unity Cup. Never heard of it. Okay. After 26 years, please support them. I only support one team, and that is the Sri Lankan football team, who I saw give up a 2-0 lead, I think, against Malaysia in Colombo.
You wrote about that, right? I think
I
that's
did.
your 1 or 2. You don't have more than 2 or 3 football pieces.
I think I've written 3 football pieces. But
One
I
was
mean, when
the
I say
Premier
I've
League
written,
game, right? The
when I
Crystal
say I've
Palace
written
one.
football pieces, one was about how an Australian guy who's related to an NBA player played for a football team in France that was run by flat Earth cultists. One was about the Sri Lankan football culture, which was,
Oh goodness me,
You know,
this fielding.
and the other
Sorry.
one was about how bad people swear at English football grounds when I was
Yeah.
at Crystal Palace.
The
But yeah,
Crystal
another
Palace
bad
one.
fielding
Yeah.
there as
So,
well.
any thoughts about like Green's run out today? So, like, it felt as if he doesn't want to be there.
No, have a look. He didn't. It's not what happened. He didn't see the ball go where it went. He was looking at Raghavanshi, and he went with his non-striker. Raghavanshi couldn't see the ball, and Green wasn't looking at the ball. So I'm just saying, in those two situations, neither of you should be running.
Exactly.
But these things happen.
These things happen.
Oh, he might have a wicket here, the young fella. No, Ishan thinks it's out. Ishan's reviewing. Ishan's convinced.
Yes.
He's gone to
This
cut
is a
this
very big
Raghavanshi.
moment in the game. This.
Do you think he hit it?
No,
So, how did you find him, Shivang?
really good. Really impressed so far.
To be honest, I was expecting him to play the last match.
Were
I
you?
had him
Yeah.
in my.
I wasn't.
playing 11.
I'm surprised he played in this one. Have you seen much of him, Deepak? Because I haven't at all. He's nowhere
Yeah.
near this. He's
Left
about a
arm
mile
channel.
away.
How could he have hit that ball? What the hell was Ishan Kishan watching?
Ishan did that during the World Cup also, remember? It took a review when ball was like not nowhere clear, even near to the bat. It took
That
a
was
review in
miles
World
away.
Cup also, just recently in the World Cup. Remember, he took a review. The captaincy blues, I would say.
I don't like Kishan moaning at fielders for misfielding after what he was up to in the last game.
Yes.
Deepak, we were talking about Rinku versus Spin, right? Like in many of our lives,
Uh-oh.
actually. And
Many of our lives, I would say.
yeah.
Oh my God, was that
today-
misfielded?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think we're seeing loads of dew here, which makes the chase more likely.
Oh, what's the odds
Yeah,
then?
that was bad fielding.
So we've shoved all the way out to
3.5.
1.4.
I think we got bashed also for this, right?
So it's basically 70-30.
Oh my God, I just had a
favour of
look.
the
Payne falls over. I thought he misfielded it. He didn't misfield it. He fell
falls
over.
They got
Yeah,
three
he
in the
slipped.
end. There.
Yes.
Definitely.
I really liked him as a Chinaman. I think he has a couple of tricks under his sleeves, and he is a very good handy batter.
Oh my God.
Boy, that's pathetic.
Okay. No, it has to be wet though. Have a look again. There's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
skid without saying it
Yeah,
too much. There's a
exactly.
skid mark on the ground here.
Yes,
And,
exactly.
is the-
It should
there
be
is the
due.
clue,
Should
though.
be due.
The fact that it's happened twice already this over, that fielders have been falling over. That like
Three
how
times.
unlucky,
That was the third person.
how
Yeah,
unlucky
yeah,
is
exactly.
he to have gone for all these runs so far? They've misfielded four times off his bowling. Oh my God!
Oh, he overran. Ball
Was that
spun.
ready that time?
Yes, that was ready.
Actually, yeah, I'm not sure he slid.
He overran.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The ball spun and he just overran. Consider the fact how
Nice.
Rinku has been
Ball.
struggling against spin.
Yeah.
Remember, Shan? Like
This
we
was
were
more-
kind of
yeah.
bashed. We were bashed
Hmm.
for saying that Rinku struggles against spin, and that people like kind of bashed us in the comments of that tweet.
Yeah. So I was just saying that today, could they not have just used Narayan? Like, anyways, Narayan is not opening. You send him out as a pinch hitter, get him like 20 of 12, and then you have
Totally
a better
agree.
entry point for Rinku as well, who can
I
then
totally
like,
agree.
be your finisher.
Like Narayan's not the guy that is going to come in and belt the pace for 15 and over at the end, but he could have come in instead of Rinku
Exactly.
being run a ball and
Yes.
looking all at sea against the spin. Like if he's faced these 9 balls here, for example, where Rinku's been lucky to get 8, he could be 22 off 9 here, and
Exactly.
and then they're back to probably 50-50 type of thing for this chase. Whereas Rinku's basically being told to take this deep and they're kind of gambling at the end. But Raghavanchi's playing beautifully here, and Payne is back into the attack, who did not go well in his first over.
He bowled a good second over last time as well. Like, I think his first overs have been dreadful. He's been better with his slower balls than he has with on-pace deliveries so far. That's Raghavanchi's 50 off 27. Just gets a little
Good
single on
knock.
the leg side.
Yeah, very good.
Coach Uthar says, jokes apart, I would give whatever to train both of you. Well, you would have to give up a lot for Deepak. I really admire your work, Jarrod. I could go with a personal trainer. As Rob knows, I don't know if Deepak or Cheyenne knows this, but as Rob knows, my training is mathematical. As in,
He's a ridiculous human being, Jarrod
it
Kimber.
actually, like every month I do 100 more push-ups than the last month. And I'm up to 7,700 push-ups in a month now.
7,000?
700 push-ups a month. It's not the only
Kidding me,
exercise I
what?
do, I should say, but I've also started doing it with my running. So every month I do just a
Look at
little
Deepak's
bit more.
face, everyone.
7,700 push-ups a month.
I know it's hard to tell with these guns.
No wonder it's so difficult to kind of get a reply from him on the messages.
Exactly.
See, half of the time he's just pushing.
Bloody press-ups.
Do you know what I really want to do one day is just have a push-up off with Glenn Phillips to see if I can do more push-ups than Glenn Phillips could do.
It's like almost 300 push-ups a day you do, right? Considering the fact you must be taking some days off also, right?
No, so most days I try and go for 500. That's my normal number when I'm doing push-ups.
Ooh.
It's
So
ridiculous.
is it like in different sets or in one go?
I do 100.
Can't be in one go.
I do
One go can't be.
I do core exercises, so I do 100. I don't know why we're talking about this now, but
So
I
like
do
you
100
you don't count this as push-ups, right? Or like pushing the door also like as a push-up, right?
pushing the door.
So like if you're counting that as push-up, 500 makes sense.
Of course, he would.
A push-up means I'm on my hands and
Yeah.
feet, and I go down and I come up. I wait for my hair to hit the ground.
And you do 500 of them daily.
Yeah.
Well, I do. I don't know what's 7,700 divided by 30, but yeah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
almost like what, like considering a
200
couple of days
yeah,
off here and there, it's like
250.
300, roughly 300.
256.
I can do 1,200 in a day if I have to. If I get behind the count, because it's very important.
1,200.
Yeah, it's very important that I don't fall behind all the way. Right, I have to stay.
Is
ahead
it
of the count.
is it to do with the genes? Like well, like what? Like we
People
Asians
get
are kind
shocked.
of like what? Even in this thing, we've been
I
kind
think
of
it
fucked.
might have more to do with ADHD than it does than genes.
Yeah, it's severe mental problems is why Jarrod does it.
Understandable now.
Rinku's finally got one away for 4 off Payne. Payne's overs gone for 1, 2, 1, 1, and 4. So he's fought back a little bit. How's he going to get out of this last ball? Slow ball.
I
He
think
might
good
actually.
over, I would say.
Him and Unadkat will probably just bowl very, very slow balls from here on in.
Yeah.
So that's
try
gonna
to
be
hit the wicket, I think.
Yep. Which will help both of them. I've already done that one. Nav says, "Hi guys, how do you rate India's chance for 27 World Cup? They are favourites.
Always got all the best players, and then their second 11 would be like 50-50 to beat anybody else. They're really, really good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
favourites.
But they're
Certainly
only like 1 in 3, that kind of favourite.
Yeah.
They're not like overwhelming certainties.
I think
Which
their
is kind of what
T20
England
team's
were
better than
when
their
they won it.
one-day team, I would say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, like,
One day
they've
they've
not been
fallen
able
a bit short of late. You know,
And
losing a few
ODIs,
series.
but to be honest, to be fair to them, they have never been able to put their best team on the park for last couple of years, I would say. Like,
Yeah, that is also.
Bumrah,
Bumrah has not
I
played
don't
an
think
ODI
so.
since
I don't
that
remember
final.
when Bumrah played an
Since
ODI
that
for India
final,
last time around.
The 19 November World Cup final.
I don't think
Since then
he's
he has
played
not
any
played an
ODIs. Yeah, no?
He has not. He has not.
That's a massive
Yeah.
I think
that's
drop
more than
off.
2 years.
Yeah, that's massive drop off for India if he's not playing.
Yeah, Hardik
Then
doesn't play all
they-
games either.
Yes, Hardik is also not playing all of the ODIs. Definitely, he was not there in this New Zealand series, right? And I
shot
don't
by
think so. He
Rinku
was there
there.
in that Australia series also.
Yeah, he was resting. He was resting definitely in Australia and in New Zealand and versus New Zealand. Yes.
South Africa also he was not there.
Yeah,
ODI
I don't think he
series.
played South Africa either. Yeah.
No,
They had
he was
Washi.
not
I
there.
remember that very well.
Yes. So Hardik has not played any of the ODI cricket, almost any of the ODI cricket outside. Like Bumrah was
Champions
not even
Trophy
there for the
would be
Champions
his last.
Trophy also.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have not been able to find somebody as good as Shami, I would say.
That would, I think, Jarrod would say that Champions Trophy is not important. That's why Bumrah did not play it. That's going to fit his agenda.
Not a real tournament.
Not a real tournament. But he was injured,
Not a
right?
real trophy.
Hey, what's
Jarrod, you
that?
don't count that as a major trophy, do you?
It's not a
Champions
major
Trophy hat.
trophy.
The Champions Trophy, you don't count that.
How could it be a major
You don't
trophy?
count that as a major trophy.
Well, how could it be a major trophy? It's literally the second biggest trophy. It's not a major trophy. There's World Cups, and then there's not World Cups.
Yeah, but even in World Cups, there are tiers, right? Like, obviously, the 50 overs one is still, like, at the moment, I would still say it's
if
higher.
you're playing a World Cup, there's a huge difference with how much teams prepare for a World Cup than there is a Champions Trophy, right? Like,
No,
it's
that's-
not even comparable. If
Yes.
For sure.
You know, if you compare that to, would England prepare differently in football, Rob, for the Euros than they would the World Cup?
Actually, no, because they're both considered huge things. But there's something
That's
called the
my point.
Nations
So they're
League.
both major.
There's
right?
something called the Nations League, right, which is a load of old
Yeah,
nonsense.
yeah, that's
and
closer to
and
Champions Trophy, I would say.
anybody can have a game in that. Like if you hang around the manager long enough, you'll get a go in the Nations League, that sort of thing. So that's probably the
So
Rob,
for
Another
me,
boundary.
the Euros would be major. I know cricket
Yeah,
teams
Euros
who
would be
start
major,
to
I
think
think.
about the Champions Trophy like a week before the tournament. It's not a major tournament if that's what you're doing, right? Like
I would say Champions Trophy is more like maybe the Carabao Cup, Rob. Would that be fair?
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but the thing is, when it comes along, because of the, have you noticed what Rinku's doing every single ball here? By the way,
is it backing
Yes.
away trying to get
I-
bowled and he's
Ah,
running
man,
himself out?
this is
Oh, he's running out
massive.
Ragavanchu.
So
That's
now he
huge.
has
Another run out.
for Kuvanchi. So another
God,
run
their
out.
running has been terrible today.
Dreadful.
KK.
Seriously, I feel I
Oh, there's
I
some
feel they were
arguments
ahead.
here too. Oh,
They were a little ahead in the match.
well, the Jew helped them, didn't it? And they've been playing some risky shots and getting away with it. So he backs away here. He cuts a wrong and from almost off the pitch. I think Rinku said yes, then he said no. But we have to look at the replay of that. And Raghavanchi's run out at the bowler's end by a mile. And then they argued for the next 20 seconds.
I don't think
what's
there was a run
Rinku's
there.
point here?
I don't think so. There was a run that was straight in the hands of.
Was it Rinku's call? I think it was, no?
It's
He
back
was
to
ball
point.
watching,
It's
so he was
Raghavanchi's
kind of-
point.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Let's have a look. Let me just look at the.
Raghuvanshi.
Nah, Rinku takes off. That's the problem.
That's what
Rinku
I'm saying.
took
So
off.
it's not
so
his direct
Raghavanshi
call,
thinks
but
he's running through.
exactly.
And he was kind of ball watching also. Rinku.
Yeah.
Like,
So
he was not watching
Raghavanshi
his
called
partner.
the run. Rinku ran, and then Rinku gets halfway down and says no, and then by that stage it's too late. Now, that's Raghavanchi's fault for the wrong call, but Rinku shouldn't have just been drifting out of his crease, making it look like he was running either. So they both get a little. I'd say 70% of the blame is Raghavanshi for thinking there was a run there when there wasn't, but 30% is Rinku's for just drifting.
Yeah.
It was like he had stick drift, Cheyenne. Like he just. Deepak thinks stick drift is some sort of porn reference.
No. 2 runouts now.
Could have been about
Crazy.
4.
Crazy.
Exactly.
And
Anupul Roy
considering
also
the
has
number
been
of
really
myths
good
we-
domestically, so it will be worth watching out. And this might be an interesting entry point actually for him, because I don't know if you want him to slog at the end, but right now where you sort of need to build a little bit but also keep the rate up, I think he's a good guy to
But like,
come
he's
to
been doing the finisher's job for Jharkhand.
he was batting at
in
5,
Smart.
I think, roughly in the Smart.
But like
right?
considering the fact that they were kind of having such amazing
Kishan
top
was
order
also in
runs.
form.
Yeah, Kishan, Kushagra, everybody were kind of smoking runs. So that's why he had to do the finishing part for them. So he was doing it really
They
well.
also have Ramandeep, who will be their finisher, so that's there. And I'm assuming then Sunil.
Oh, and the first ball.
Reddy's
Nitesh Reddy hasn't bowled yet. He comes on and his first ball just pops off the surface.
Yes.
Did you see the pace on that, anyone? Was that a slower ball?
One
It looked like it hit a pebble.
I think that's Rinku's fault, that run out. He's hit the ball straight to a fielder and set off.
Yeah, but I think it
Yes,
was Raghavanshi
yes, yes.
who called it. I could be wrong.
Even I think it's Rinku's fault, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think it's Rinku's
have a
fault.
look at
Because-
Raghavanshi.
Raghavanshi.
Yeah, he just
Before
takes off.
Rinku starts running, Raghavanchi's
no.
already off. I think he
Oh,
called
yeah,
yes.
he's also running now. Then
Yeah.
it's more complicated.
Ah,
He
Though
also
now
starts
they have
running.
a wicket.
What a nut.
So Anukul Roy is done.
Continues his IPL numbers. His median is 3 in his IPL career. And
To be
it's
fair,
just,
it's like
just
8
gone,
or
it's
9
just gone
innings
down.
scattered everywhere, so I wouldn't read a lot into it.
But that was a good ball, to be honest.
Yeah,
in
good
the
ball,
channel.
yeah.
His first 2
He
balls
straightened
were
up a
really
bit.
good. It's a bad
It
shot
actually-
though, Deepak.
Yeah, it
That's
was a bad shot, but it also straightened up a bit.
Yeah, but look at his feet. Do you know what we call that in
Yes.
Australia? His feet were in the toilet.
Ah, yes.
When I coach all the kids at cricket and I tell them that's their favorite thing. Sometimes I go, "Were my feet in the toilet?"
Also, Jarrod, Nitish Reddy has gone from opening the bowling in the last match to now in this new middle overs role. So that is quite the jump.
Also, I don't think either of those were slow balls, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't show the speeds for both. Interestingly, that
I mean,
was
they
a
both
bit off.
seemed to be seam up from what I could tell. So
Yeah,
Let me
proper
see if
seam
there's
up.
anything on
Proper
the
seam.
IPL
At least
website.
the one on which he got out, he got a beautiful shape to that ball. It actually straightened after pitching. So
Who's doing press ups there? Ramandeep has just come to the. Is he been talking to you, Jarrod? Ramandeep has just walked to the crease and done 5 press ups, and now he's going to go about his business. Has he got to meet his target? It's like, hang about, I haven't done my 256 press ups today.
it's me, Ramandeep, Misbah Haq, and Glenn Phillips just in an eternal battle.
Be a good Royal Rumble, that. I like that from Ramandeep, but if he gets out first ball, he's going to look very, very silly, isn't he? If whoever gets him out has to do press ups immediately.
Yeah. He is facing Nitesh still. This one seems again. So this is one of those situations, Rob, where potentially seam has actually made the wicket a little bit more friendly to the bowling side. Dew.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's sort of zipping off, isn't it? Off
Yeah.
that length. All
That
he's doing is bowling normal length, isn't he?
Yeah, that first ball he bowled, as I said, it was like it hit a pebble. It was really ridiculous.
Just
like
jump.
today, my son had one of his best cricket matches ever. So he's all over the place. Like his team was like 20 for 9 or something, and he like 20 for 8 or something, and he scored 51 and won the match for them. So like,
Oh, nice
Oh
one.
wow, that is really cool.
so he's like,
I mean, he needs to get a better team, but
No, don't do that. Play for rubbish teams as long as you can, then you look good.
never helped me.
Yeah,
Gumjude
and-
says, which gambling
and the-
app would you recommend in India? Are you allowed to have any gambling apps in India?
so the
Now you've got to
entire
go
card-
exchanges, haven't you, in India? You've got to go diamond and all that. But
Telegram.
I don't know what the rules are for betting in India. I've never done it.
Narayan should open with Alan. No point using him at number 8. I think with Narayan, to be fair to them, they usually look at him in the nets and then make a decision, right?
Yes, exactly. This I've also read that it totally depends on how he's been tonking the ball in the nets.
Yeah.
But how
Also,
do
don't
you
want a
ever
honey at
know?
3, do you?
How do you ever know whether Narayan's in form? Because when he is in form, he looks like he's going to get out every single ball.
Exactly.
and they all go to the road. Like who is judging this? Like when Narayan scored that 100, I was like, for the entire innings, I was like, he's going to get out next ball. He cannot keep batting like that and still somehow hitting every ball to the boundary. I don't understand that.
He had one of the lowest control percentages that year. Actually, I think he was in like the
And
50s
every
or
year.
the 60s.
Sure.
And
every
But
year.
the thing, you can't measure
But he
him
made
like
runs that year,
normal
Jarrod. He
humans.
made like 400 runs.
You
But I
can't
don't
measure
think
his
him making
control
runs or not making runs changes his control percentage.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, just saw that ball. So I think Reddy's been able to bowl the little heavy balls.
So I'm
That
saying the
was a
balls-
heavy ball.
I don't think it's just a heavy ball. It's seaming, it's popping.
Oh, yeah.
It's
What
an
something.
over.
Yeah, yeah.
It suddenly looks impossible to bat out there. Like, who have they got? Unod, Cat, or Payne has to bowl the next over, seam up now, and just see if it
Yeah.
continues.
I tell you what.
But like,
go ahead, Deepak.
like even in the practice matches, they were saying that he's bowling the heavy ball. I read it somewhere. But he's cranked up some pace.
I mean, to be fair, is he bowling the heavy ball or is he bowling faster? That's the
That's a
question.
good question.
You know, I get the heavy ball stuff, and I do think there is an element of truth that cricketers are talking about. But I do think at a certain point, it's just maybe they're bowling faster now, or maybe they're stronger, and so it feels different off their hand.
Yeah. I think he's worked on his bowling for sure because why
Oh,
else would he be
definitely.
taking the new ball in domestic cricket, right? Like
Oh,
he's
no, he
been doing
definitely
that
has.
for a while.
Shavang's coming on for his last one. He's been reverse swept. He's going to end up with shitty figures here, this kid. And he's bowled beautifully.
Yeah.
And at one over
Exactly.
where they couldn't field off him, and another
Yeah.
over where Rinku just kept arsely not getting bowled.
Even the true stats
And-
can't account for that, Jarrod.
And he's getting good control also. Like, he hasn't kind of been missing his lens that
Yeah.
much.
It's a good shot,
Very good shot, I would say.
Because he's not got much margin for error with that shot. He's got 2 men there, and he got it right in the middle of them both. It was a good shot.
Very good shot. Yeah. Do you guys remember
One
the one
thing-
that Parag hit in the CSK game? That was, I think, a really good one. Obviously, we were all on the live that time as well. That was I remember that reverse sweep very well.
One thing is that he's become little predictable with a lot of googlies to right-handers.
I think he's
Even-
only. I don't think he's bowled a leg spinner today, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I've not seen
That's
a
what-
Chinaman from him.
My current notes say that. So it's either he's not spun it, and he's bowled it, or he doesn't have it. That's what my notes say at
strange.
the moment, anyway.
Interesting.
How can it be like, Jarrod? Like you don't start as a leg spinner as your stock ball, or some of the times like googly just automatically becomes your stock ball. Like
I don't know, but it
something
depends
similar.
on
Ravi
the
Bishnoi.
way the ball comes out of your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Is
Ravi
going to
Bishnoi.
decide if when I bowled front on, I spun my wrong in a long way, and when I started to bowl side on, I started spinning my leg spinner a lot more. So a lot of it is just the different
Yeah,
techniques.
with
Again.
mechanics as well.
Did he just kick that to the fielder, Rob?
They're sliding around all over the place, aren't they? How is Rinku less than 10% bowled in his career? The way he's batting today, he is showing all three. He must have unbelievable eye because every
He
ball
has.
has been
He
here.
has.
He is
And
backing
amazing
it
hands
a long
also.
way. Watch this. He's going to do it again.
And amazing hands also.
Big
His
step
hand-eye
back.
coordination is amazing.
All three stumps shown.
Yes.
Smashes it away for 6.
That's a
That
good
was a
shot, though.
beautiful shot. That's a good shot. That's a beautiful shot.
He's in business now, Rinku, isn't he? This is where he gets very, very dangerous when he's set.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I hope they
exactly.
don't
Now-
drop this kid off the back of his figures today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
he bowled really well at the
Someone
start.
needs to make the notes that okay, this is what actually happened, guys. They were missed fields and there was this and that.
So when
This was actually the leg spinner. This was actually the leg
that
spinner.
was definitely a leg spinner. That one, yeah.
Yeah.
When
He's
I
actually bowled a leg spinner.
when I took notes like that, Shaun, do you know what the team told me? Oh, you just like that player more than you like other players. I was like, I'm not inventing edges, guys.
Come on, that's
Last ball, he's gone for 40. He's bowled the wrong end, and Rinku.
I'll take it, right? On a match, on a pitch where it's a little bit of dew.
220 defending.
Oh, yeah.
220-ish.
You take that.
I-
But
I'll
he should have
take
gone
4
for
over 40.
28. If he lost about 10 runs to misfields and 1 over.
Misfields.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. How do we pronounce this guy's name again, Deepak?
Sash
Ehsas.
Sharma.
Ash-
Ehsas.
Essas says, do
yeah,
teams
that's
look for
good.
middle overs 4 hitter profile in BBL? I don't know what that means. Does anyone else know what that means?
MO4.
Middle overs, 4
Middle
hitter?
of 4 hitter.
Middle overs,
Who's
4
scored
hitter.
overs?
Someone
Not in
wants a lot of
Australia.
fours.
Especially in BBL. Like somebody who is batting in the middle
Yeah.
overs and leaves more.
Because the bigger grounds, right?
4 hitter.
Yeah, I was going to say that's just bigger ground, so it's hard to hit sixes. Isn't
You
it?
want the 2 hitters sometimes in the middle overs in the Big
Yeah,
Bash.
yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly.
what,
MCG specifically,
MCG.
right? And per stadium.
it's what
So what is the-
Sam Billings makes a career out of, is running 2s in the middle overs, and Alex Ross and
Yeah.
other people like him. John O'Wells did it.
John O'Wells.
again.
I once did a
2
whole
for 2.
video on John O'Wells, and the 7 people who watched it really liked it, Rob.
No, it's just me watching it 7 times, Jarrod.
And what is the run line difference between IPL games and a PBL game on an average?
Plenty higher IPL. It's
BBL's not that high scoring a league.
Exactly.
No,
BBL is more
it's-
bowling friendly, isn't it?
it's the what I like about the Big Bash is maybe 2 or 3 games of the 700 they have every year. They play in an outground somewhere, and it's just sort of
Bucklands.
random. They're playing in some pub team's back garden, and it's I remember one of them, Colin Munro, who hasn't scored a run in the Big Bash for 2 years. He faced the first, and we're like, we don't know. We have no stats. All I've got is a YouTube video of what they called the curator, but it was basically the bloke that owned the pub that they were playing at. And he was like, I'm going to try and make a good pitch. And we're like, well, we don't know how big the boundaries are. We've got no idea. We don't know what the run line is. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
And the first ball, Colin Munro played a check drive straight. And I was like, wow, how has that gone for 4? It didn't go for 4. It went for 6. And I was like, oh, okay. So how many runs are they going to score today? And they scored like 32 sixes or something in the game. And then the next game's at the MCG and the boundary's 100 meters or whatever. It's a lot of fun. Whereas IPL, there's so much data now. Is you kind of like I've been showing you
this
guys
might be out, Rob.
No, so-
No. Oh,
been showing you guys the run lines, haven't I, before the game? And it's like,
Yeah.
and Deepak, you say, how can they get it this accurate? The amount of data that is there,
yeah.
and moreover, the amount of people that are mining that same data, and they just go, nope, this is the run line, let's go. But sometimes, like we had in the game the other day, Berger and Jofra took advantage of it, is you can do as many ground stats as you want, but if the pitch has been under covers for 2 days and it's been raining, then you may get a completely different surface, and then you've got to start chucking some of your numbers in the bin. I think that's quite an important skill for a gambler to have. It's like, I've done all this work, but none of it makes any sense to me now because the pitch isn't doing what I thought it was going to do.
But like on an average, how much would be the difference? Like 40, 50 runs?
I'd say the average line gone.
Oh,
Rinky.
gone. So
Rinku.
Reddy's turning it.
Yeah, and it was
For-
Ned taking the catch. Rob, is that what you needed him to do?
Nah, I need him to get a wicket, but he's more likely to get one now. Rinku's out. He can have a go at the tail slogging him. That's fine by me.
Yeah,
As long as
wide
they're
one
letting ball.
here. He slashes it at slow ball, and he's caught at short third. Rambling says run-outs before death overs shouldn't happen.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
I'm not.
They don't happen as often as they should in the death overs either. Run out.
The thing is,
KKR
a single is not
88
worth
of
the risk,
38.
right? In the middle overs or in the power play, right? It's just not worth it.
Nope. Chris Gale's hamstrings actually should have changed cricket forever. Ashish says Reddy seems to have put on pace, doesn't reflect the speed gun. I think it does. He's up 2 or 3 Ks at least. I would
Yes.
say.
And certain time, even such a small change can be a huge difference because
Yeah.
the release, everything changes massively.
He looks a lot stronger at the point of at the crease now. So, PG back says, I wish strike rate is shown for 120 balls in T20 broadcast stats rather than 100. I think it'd put a lot of slow fast scorers in context. I don't think that changes anything. I think if you're going to argue anything at all, I mean, strike
Runs per over?
isn't for 100 balls. You could think about it for a ball. So if you strike at 126, it's 1.26 runs a ball. But you can
It's
also
just
do
a
runs.
mental thing, I would say.
Yeah, you can
Like,
also do
it's
runs
easier
per
to
over,
calculate.
as Cheyenne was saying. But if you want context on it, you want true strike rate. That's the one that has context.
Warren again mentioned.
Yes.
Corner Take It Quickly says, what would a possible trade look like for Mumbai and any
Live
other IPL
trades.
team where they could think about trading for Bumrah?
They'd have to give them the whole team. And the bus and the ground and all the fans and the cheerleaders. Like, you got to give us everything, and you have to start completely again.
IPL team in itself, I would
You have
say.
to trade Shah Rukh Khan, Priti Zinta,
Yeah.
all
Shetty.
all the families.
Oh, look what Narayan has
Right.
done.
Ryan, where have you been all my life?
First ball 6.
That's a shot.
So he said, like, this is
Oh,
how
today.
you play people like Nitish. Let me show it to the world.
Wow. What a shot that is.
135 that ball,
And 35.
rounding up.
That's good, yaar. If this guy can maybe reach 140 plus, look, imagine kind of asset he can
140 will
become.
take some time, I think. But yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
definitely. But like once he bulks up, maybe a couple of years down the line, it can be some real asset.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why they're banking on him, right? Like, they're giving him chances everywhere. Not banking on him just yet, but I mean, like, he's getting a go in various sorts of formats and leagues.
Robbie had a very interesting point about this during one of our Royal shows. He said, like, if I would have been Indian management.
Oh, wait, he's got
in
again.
home-
He's got again.
Oh,
Oh, another 6.
that was a regulation stuff. I
Drop
would
for
say.
6.
I think,
That
to be,
should have been taken.
you think? I think it was just a bit too high.
Straight through his hand.
I think, yeah, but I
No, I
think
think
even
it
if he
was-
catches it, he still lands on the rope. I don't think he would have
Yeah,
caught that
it's
anyway.
very close. Yeah.
This is why you
looked
do
like-
your core
I have to see the
exercises,
replay.
Jarrod, so you don't fall backward.
I'm just going to have a look at this again. Slow ball on leg stump. He clocks it down the ground. Yeah, I think he goes over the boundary there anyway. I think a taller player catches that, but not someone. I don't know who it was down
Was
there.
it Abhishek?
but
I feel like it
don't
was Abhishek.
I think it was Abhishek. Anyway,
That
really,
was Harsh Dubey down there, wasn't it?
it might
Oh,
have been
was
us.
it Dubey?
It looked like a shorter
You
guy
track
to me.
fielding much better than me, Rob.
Yes.
I will take
He's
your
a
word for it.
fielding magnet.
Although we do have a fielding super chat for Rob, which says, if professional players shouldn't drop catches, they definitely shouldn't get run out 17 times in one fucking game. Also, can I just say, I think fucking should be an EN. I have seen it shortened to IN before, but I think EN is fucking.
It is an Australian.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is
that's
this Rob's alt?
He's also a yard in from the rope. He's a yard in from the rope. He's not tracked it. He's not tracked the ball
Yes.
properly.
No,
He
I'll
was
give you that,
not-
Rob.
He dropped it
right
here.
there, Rob.
If
Yeah.
you drop it there, meh. But he dropped it there. Rubbish.
Malinga back on, bouncer. It's up in the air, and it is safe.
And safe.
Laughing.
But
at
now they have
nothing.
3 overs from Malinga.
Yep.
So that's like they have at least. I think I'm not that. I'm decently impressed with Ishant's captaincy today. At least he's been able to rotate the bowlers well.
He better give the ball back to a Nagcat, or I'm not going to be happy with him.
I like Malinga. I think for me works in the depth.
Yeah, but Rob's got a
Yeah.
bet on Deepak.
Ah.
He doesn't care about the cricket. Laughing at
Captain
nothing. Laughing at
should
nothing
consider my
says,
bet.
does it actually help all rounders to develop better in mediocre bad domestic teams as they need to be frontline batters and bowlers?
Exactly.
Ready in Ranji, such for Andhra, will help him develop faster. Yeah, generally what you really want for your all-rounder, if it possible, and Shane Watson did this for Queensland when he was young.
Exactly.
He left Queensland for Tasmania because he could bat first drop in Tasmania and also be their first change bowler. Whereas in Queensland, he was going to be second change bowler in number 5, number 6. So there is actually, basically, there's a Wright Thompson video at the moment that's just come out about how to write. And he says the most simple thing to learn about writing, you need the reps in. And what the all-rounders struggle compared to specialists is to get the reps in. Get the reps in.
I think this is where people like Richard Headley and Kapil Dev, they kind of benefited because they were not the part of some great teams and they had to do the bulk of literally everything. So
They're also both, well, Kapil's closer to being a hard all-rounder, but Richard Hadley's more of a soft all-rounder, isn't he? He's a number 8.
Yeah.
I think he could definitely bat at 7, and he did. I think...
It's
I
more like
think
Ashwin, I would say. Hadley.
Kapil Dev probably, if Kapil Dev was coming through now and they had a stronger bowling lineup, he'd bat at 7, wouldn't he?
Yeah, for
easily,
sure.
any day.
I mean, now
He can
wouldn't.
bat at 7, I think.
Yeah.
But he was
Malinga's-
able to bowl. But he was able to bowl a lot more than what ideally would have been the case, considering that India never had a good pace attack.
I don't
Like,
think Kapil
how-
Dev bowls that many overs, though. There is an argument that one of the reasons you get late development in Indian seamers is because they don't bowl enough overs when they're younger.
But like his test career, like if he would have been in an Australian side or maybe a Pakistani side, so where do you
He would
put
have bowled
him?
more overs for Australia than he would have for India.
Really?
Yeah, because
Oh,
they're seam
really?
bowling.
Oh,
Yeah, but
no,
considering
of
the fact
course,
that he
is
will always have people like Dennis Leely and all those people
That's
in
what
the
I
team.
was
So
thinking.
Yeah, but if he was in the team at the same time, it would have been Tomo and Lilly at one end and Kapil Dev bowling into the breeze all day at the other end. Basically what Terry Alderman did, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
There's a very obvious
That
plan.
guy didn't have a great career because of
You
injuries,
mean bowling
right,
was
Jarrod?
wide and as slow as possible, Rob?
Yeah, he wants him caught long on or long off, doesn't he? That's where he wants him.
He wants
yeah,
him to hit it.
that's what you do with Narayan. Kind of disturb his momentum,
Ryan's
his swing
getting
arc.
angry.
What I don't understand is all he has to really do is take guard on off stump here, and it makes it really hard for Malinga to nail this.
He has a beautiful Yorker also.
He's hit this one down the ground, and it is
And
going to be
should be
caught on
out.
the boundary. Yes,
Exactly.
you go.
just inside.
So
Yeah,
this
that was the
is
surprise
exactly-
straight one, though, wasn't it? That wasn't the wide one, I don't think.
It wasn't wide,
Yes.
no.
But that messed up his head, no? He kind of messed up his timing.
Yeah. He was thinking of the
Yeah,
wide
It
one.
was Harsh Dubey.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair to Narayan, he kind of did what you would expect him to do. He whacked a couple of sixes and then got caught.
Yes.
Exactly.
If he came
You
in
can't
and did
build
this
your
all the
season
time,
around
that's
Narayan's
a
batting, I
win,
would
isn't
say.
it?
Sorry?
If you can get 12 or 4 off Narayan as a median score for the rest of the year, you're taking it, aren't you?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
only-
If he's batting lower down the order, for sure.
If only they'd have given that wide after review, then he would have joined the elite 12 off 3 club, which is, I am a huge fan of anybody that's in there. 12 off 3 is about as good an innings as you can do, I think. Never
18
mind
of
this
4?
50 off 15. Yeah, if
Like-
I'm not, have we got any 18 off 4s anywhere? Because I
I'm
couldn't
curious
find
now.
them.
I will look this up right now.
Thank
Like,
you.
how would you rate this batting effort from KKR?
Well,
So
if
far.
they hadn't have run themselves out, they'd be a realistic chance of winning the game. But the 2 runouts are basically going to cost them, aren't they? I don't
Seems
think
that
their
way,
batting
doesn't it?
has been terrible. I just think that they've got the runouts. They were probably a little bit unlucky that Nitesh came on and suddenly the ball started seaming sideways. That'd be the replacement ball at the time when the dew came on, was my guess, and it just livened up the surface a little bit. That's unlucky, but if you don't run out the guy that you paid $1 billion for and the guy who's in the best form in this game, you've maybe a better chance of winning it.
Exactly.
I think the
Rob, I
only
have
guy
a few
that
18
played
of
bad.
4s for you.
Sorry, is there any? Cheyenne?
Sorry, I was just saying I have a few 18 of 4s for
Oh,
you.
please.
Ah, never mind the cricket. Yes, please.
Exactly.
What's
So
your
we
best
have,
18 off 4?
we have Devchich for the northern districts. We have Bo
Wow.
Webster, Khushdil Shah, Jakar Ali, Pat Cummins, and Rathnayake. Which
Can I
Rathnayake
just say,
this?
there
I'll
is
have to check.
no list that has Anton Devcic, right? And
Ravindra Rathnayake.
Jakar Ali, and who was the other one you said?
Pat
Pat
Cummins.
Cummins.
Oh, I don't
Pat
care about Pat
Cummins.
Cummins. There was another good one.
Rathnayaka.
Khushdil Shah, Webster.
Okay, I'll just go with Devcic and
Hang on, there's that many 18 or 4s?
Yeah. There's an 18 of 3 too, by the way. Nida Manuru. He has an 18
Right.
of 3.
Not interested in 18 or 3. That's no good to me. 18 or 4. Okay, next, any 24 or 5s? Because
I will
that
look
wins
that up.
now.
yeah.
That's
Also-
absolute. I can't believe there's that many 8. So the people in the 18 or 4 club are all absolute legends. That is
Yes.
an amazing innings.
Any list with
tell you guys one
any
more
list
thing.
with Jakar Ali on it and Anton Devcic is already the best list ever in cricket.
Proper beards.
Also, the
and
18
Tom.
of 3 is a run out, guys. It's a run out. So he's not out for 18 of 3. He's out.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Nida Manuru versus Namibia.
That's
That
the
was
way.
a mini
Namibia is
bouncer,
not
I
even
must
that
say.
much of a 6-hitter. I can't believe he just came
3
in and just
sixes and
went
run
whack.
out.
So now they have like Karthik coming in at 9, right? So like
Yeah,
who
we've
else
just got a
is left?
concussion test here as well, by the way, but he'll be fine.
So they have Varun and Vaibhav
Yeah.
to follow.
3 number
That's
11s.
almost
basically.
the match done. Yeah, 3 number 11s. Boy.
We have Rinku Singh with a 24 of 5.
24
He's
or
the
five?
only 24 of 5.
He's
Every
done
losing
24 or
on this-
5. Dismissed
Yeah.
for 24 or 5.
Back in 2014, that too.
Absolute
Versus
legend.
Vidarbha.
So we've had 18 off 3 and got out.
Yeah.
That's pretty high level, isn't it? Nidamanuru, was it?
Yeah.
Deja.
That is high level. 18 off
Yeah.
3 and getting out as another wicket
Out.
goes down.
Another
So
wicket.
there's another wicket.
159 for 8. Ramandeep gets a wide
That's the
one.
game.
And he
That's the
hits it to
game.
backward point.
I
and
seriously
we
don't
are
understand
done.
Ramandeep. I asked the same question in the last match also. I am yet to kind of see that kind of a knock from him. Apart from couple of such knocks, maybe in 2024.
24, I think he was hitting the ball a
Yes,
bit.
24, yes. But 25, considering
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fact
true.
that on like based on what he did in 24, he even got into Indian team, right? He played in
Yeah,
South
even
Africa.
got retained, didn't he? By KKR.
Yes. Like I seriously don't understand like what special he brings on table. Considering the fact that I haven't kind of followed his career that religiously, but nothing comes straight.
Deepak, if you were
to
going
my
to
mind.
follow a cricketer religiously, who would you follow?
I've already done that. Sachin Tendulkar all these
Sachin
years.
Tendulkar. I knew he was going to say that.
Shahid Afridi. That's a religion.
Sachin also, I would say.
Rakim Cornwall. Is that your mouse, Matt?
Yep.
Ah!
Somebody bought me that. It's one of
What
my
do
most treasured possessions. But yeah, no,
What do
no
you mean
question.
someone bought you that? Surely someone made you that. I don't think.
Well, both.
I don't think it's just a thing you can buy normally. Although I don't
bloody
think I've got it on
should be.
today. I've got a T-shirt of Marizan Cap that I still don't understand how it was ever sold, and I must be the only person in the world who's ever going to buy this T-shirt.
Have you got a cap of Marisan t-shirt? Is the question.
Hey, I get that
Look how
joke.
happy he is. And that cat's got the ball. That's all I could have asked for.
Oh, yes.
Slower balls
Okay,
on the
so-
stumps, please.
The game is done, but Unarkat is bowling, and Rob needs his bet. Everyone.
But did we see this going like to this stage? Like to be honest, it looks pretty one-sided now, and it was supposed to be a tight game.
Yeah, but I think, but if you put 2 runouts into any big chase,
Yeah.
you're not going to make it close.
Chasing
and then,
230,
Like-
aren't they?
Yeah.
Do they have enough batting depth, KKR, considering the
well,
fact
not
that
if they
you look
keep
at-
having 2 fucking runouts.
It's three number 11s is very difficult.
I don't think the
Jackie,
batting depth is the issue here.
out,
Exactly as
Jackie.
what Jarrod says. The issue is they just had 2 big runouts and.
Like
I'm not
how
sure that
good
was
is
there.
Tyagi with the bat? I have no idea about him, to be honest. Like,
No good.
I don't think he's going to bat.
His
You're
his
not
best,
going to rely on your last
his
3 guys
best
to bat,
ever
are you?
score in a proper cricket match is 8 not out.
Oh.
Really? Okay.
So that's
And-
that's like proper 3 number 11s, like proper.
Yeah.
Yeah, Webber can't
And then you
bat
have
either, can he?
Ramandeep. Then you have Ramandeep, which I don't think so has done justice
This
to
is where they'll miss Harshit
all the
Rana
hype
because
around
he
him.
could bat quite a bit, right?
Narayan. Ramandeep, then 3 number 11s.
All the cat has to do here is slow a ball on the stumps, and he either gets in court rope or bowls him. Stop bowling outside off. You're not going to get him out outside off. Why are they not concerned with my bets? Why are they concerned about the cricket match? The cricket match is finished. Just win me my money, cat. Bowl a slower ball on middle stump, and you will get him out.
Is this a
He
big
actually
bet
got some
or a
shape on that
regular
ball
bet?
that actually straightened after pitching.
Rob, are you all in here or?
Nah, but it's the only thing I've got left to cheer, so let's cheer it. Come on, the cat.
He's coming around the wicket here. And
What's the
beautiful
forward defence? Stop it.
What are they
Vibe
trying
up.
to achieve this?
Steals a single on the offside. Was it
Come on,
Tyagi?
Tyagi.
No, it was Vibe up, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
What normally happens here is he hits one straight up in the air and then somebody drops it.
I'll just drop off. I'll switch to the other stream.
Yeah, no worries,
Indeed.
man. Thanks. Cheyenne, are you with us for the podcast? Or are you going to?
Yeah, I can do that. Sure.
Yeah, let's have a little three-way, as they say.
Sure.
Thanks, Deepak. Have a good one, baby.
Thank you, bro. Oh, you already. Yeah.
Has he got it? Has he got it?
Yes.
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 Don't you dare review it. Oh, he's reviewed it.
He's reviewed it.
Tyagi.
Did he?
Yeah, it's reviewed. I don't know
See,
whether he did.
I'll
like it.
just wait for this.
Kishan liked it, didn't he? But why review if you've hit it? I mean, if Kishan has, if he's not hit it, what's Kishan going up for here?
I think he has hit it. Looks like.
Jarrod's got his buzzers back.
I got
Look
my
at his
buzzers
little
back,
face.
everyone.
I want to see a nice big spike here.
I don't
Yeah.
think
Yay!
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yes.
Good review then, by the tail end.
So Rob is all over the moon now.
Yeah, well done, the cat. Trusty, reliable old Anag cat.
And I really expected this match to go to the last over. So like, oh, okay then. Bye
Now we're
bye.
having
I'll
a
just
tactical timeout. What do you think the tactics should be here, everyone? They have two people that cannot bat. They cannot bat. It's like having me out there with an actual cat is about the same price that they knock these runs off.
yeah. Rana, Patirana,
Green
Fizz in
for-
green.
66
Unbelievable.
runs in 25 balls, and they can't bat. What should the tactics be? We've got 2.5 minutes to talk about their tactics now.
No, they're
Yeah.
planning where they're going after. Oh, Deepak's gone. Rana, Patharana, Fizz, Green, not bowling. KKR this season is probably the worst handicapped team ever in IPL history. Plus, Jinx is a bad T20 captain. I mean, these things happen. I know it's a bit weird, but if you do think about it, some of these things are just injuries, and that happens to fast bowlers. I remember when I was with RCB, they were asking about backups, and I said, surely every season you just go in with extra fast bowling backups. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't just find everyone you can at the end of your bench and make sure they're a fast bowling backup in case something goes wrong. Because I don't think 3 injuries in an IPL season to fast bowlers is particularly weird.
No, Lucknow from last year say hello when every single bowler
Yeah.
that they picked was injured before the start.
Yeah.
And then although if you're picking Patharana, you are 50% that he's injured,
Yeah.
career-wise. So you're running that risk. Like, his numbers are amazing, and he has done amazing things, but he's injured half the time. It's a bit like betting your whole bank on Jofra Archer, for example. He's going to get injured at some point, isn't he?
Mm.
Fizz is a completely different conversation. I found another bet that's still live. Forgot about. I'm allowed 8 more runs.
Oh, you're on unders?
Yeah, under for the match, which I thought was dead after 226 in the first innings, but we're on 387, are we?
I'm not sure. 226 plus 161. So yeah, 387 with 1 wicket in hand. The tactics at this timeout would be interesting if they were just mic'd up. Like, what after saying to each other, let's not try to get out, what's the second thing that they can say to each other? Push for 2?
Net run rate.
Oh, I have no more runs. Sorry, I just worked it out. It's on 387. I'm on under 387.5 match runs. So I need a wicket
okay.
now.
Fair enough.
But I've got trusty old Cat running for me against Chakravarti, who's not known for his run scoring. It's a chance. Who gets man of the match today? A bowler, probably. Reddy does, doesn't he? All day. 'Cause
Yeah.
He got runs as well.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
he
I
does
thought his
he
innings
does
was
turn
good
it.
too.
Yeah, he did bat well.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought he batted better than Klassen, actually, when they were together.
Yeah. He scored faster, didn't he? Yeah. He
Yeah.
was at 163, class in 149.
And a couple of very important bowls he got there.
Yeah, exactly. I think it has to be him.
Hey!
Vote him! Oh, Rob has got another cheeky little one there. And that is the end of our watch along as well. Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot to hit my many different buzzers. All the different ones. That is the end of this game. I think we just have one quick. Now CSK gonna lose tomorrow. Bet on a wooden spoon. LSG would be my bet for a wooden spoon. Everyone. I think Rob's already backed them actually.
I back Lucknow 5-1 to finish bottom. I think they're the worst team. I stand by that.
I had them as the worst team beforehand as well. I certainly had them as the team most likely to come last. Anyway, Sunrisers batted first. They made 226. KKR bowled out for 161. Actually bowled out, or were they run out for 161? Thank you to everyone who's been here on this chat so far today. Ali says the timeout was to make sure Rob got his unders. So that's nice. Thank you to everyone who's been here. Obviously, Deepak, Cheyenne, myself, and Rob. I think it was just us today. Robbie was around early on as well. So thanks to everyone there. Thanks to everyone in the comments, liking, subscribing. Please like, subscribe. Go to combox.tv and you could get on our waiting list for our app, that's probably why Deepak it's not why Deepak disappeared, but it's probably why he was missing in the middle of the game as well. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be coming back on a fresh link to have a look at this game on a podcast here on your Combox. Combox. The game lives on.